phone's on 4%. Oh, golly.
Shut your fucking phone, bitch.
No, 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 no. Just gotta wait for it to actually start, I guess. What the fuck, chat? What in the fuck?
You like boys.
You like boys?
You like boys.
Bro, what's going on with my fucking YouTube app, bro?
Shit goofing?
A little bit. It's like my Wi-Fi ain't fucking working. Okay. What's up, raccoons? How you doing, Pookie? Let me go ahead and ping this in Discord.
This is gonna be the only correct tier list, by the way, too.
Oh, 100%.
You just won't be wrong, chat.
What's up, raccoons? How you doing, Pookie? We're here to speedrun quite a few tier lists. We have some Dead by Daylight tier lists, some Call of Duty Zombies tier lists. We have all that good shit going on. Pretty good. Me and my friend Vice are catching predators. All right. What a way to spend a fucking Friday afternoon. All right. No, we're here to talk about zombie maps. All right. Specifically, every single zombies map to ever be and ever will be. We're going to start off at the very start with Nocturne and Totem. How do you feel about this map?
Pretty fucking boring.
Alright, now just to clarify, I want you to think about your opinions on the map where they stand today. Not any memories or where they were when they came out, but where they are today.
Yeah, but in that case, yeah, pretty fucking boring.
So I think Nocturne Tone, it has some characteristics to it, but not a whole lot. You know, it's almost just, it's peak survival map. And I feel like it's hard to outdo it in terms of other survival maps. However, I would say the only other one that rivals it is probably Town. Because I could see myself wanting to play Noct, but not very often. Honestly, I'm going to put... How would you feel about putting Noct kind of at a... Where are you feeling? Because I could see this kind of going in any of them B or under.
I mean, I like don't get me wrong, Noct is a fun map every once in a while. But it's like a once in the year I want to play that map.
Right.
Yeah, and as you said, they just are better survival maps for the most part.
I agree.
So not kind of just falls to the wayside when you compare it to everything else in the series now.
Yeah. All right. Let me just come over here real quick. I do have to turn you down a smidget. Okay. So how you feeling about like C for now? C or D?
I think C with the possibility of moving up or down.
Okay, because I feel like C could definitely fit Nacho and Tone quite well. Kino in S tier, Nacho is in C. Nacho in C, interesting name. I've never heard anyone call that. And Kino does not belong in S tier, buddy. It's actually the greatest map of all time. Kino to Black Ops 1. So yeah, I'd say Nacho and Tone, depending on which version. Actually, not really. But Black Ops 3's version is probably more fun to play than like World at War. Black Ops 1 is also pretty good. But I'd say Chronicles version is probably the most replayable. But even then, it's nothing spectacular. So Nocturne Tone's going in to see Verrucht. So Verrucht introduced perks, has a lot better selection of weapon wall buys and traps and power and a moving box. You know, Verrucht was quite innovative, my guy. However, it's still not that exciting to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see myself getting to around like what 14 on Verrucht and not getting much further.
One of my favorite things about Verrucht is probably the vibe and the separate spawn rooms. I think that's really cool.
But the vibe kind of becomes non-existent post World at War. Like all the remakes, they're slacking.
Yeah.
Right. So we could judge this based on World at War version, which I feel is peak. I I still don't think it's significantly better than Nocturne and Totem to justify it being in B tier. I'd say Verruct is also like a very mid map, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything special.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, other than those like two mechanics we just said. Even then, one of them isn't a mechanic; it's just the map's kind of vibey.
Right. So, not a whole lot to say about most of these World at War maps. Shino Numa on World at War also was nothing spectacular. It did introduce boss rounds in dogs. It had traps, rotating perks, rotating box. Had funny Peter McCain. However, the big one I would say on Shino Numa is it introduced the Wonder Waff, and it introduced our main cast of characters, which I feel is pretty important, right? We got Ultimates, dude. They pulled up.
Peter McCain, dude.
But World at War, Shino Numa is quite the fucking L. I won't lie. Like, the high rounds are super easy, but it's just not a very fun map, and the dogs are buggy as fuck. I might go as far as to say this one kind of belongs in D.
Yeah, I could get behind that, because I've never been a fan of Shino Numa, and honestly. Like, it's just like not that fun of a map to me. There's way better maps in every game it's in.
Yeah.
Even Vanguard has. Maybe it's the best map in Vanguard, but.
But that's still not saying much.
Yeah, that's not pushing the envelope or anything there.
All right, so Shino Numa for me could go into D tier personally. World at War's version. Here we have World at War Darius, right? Introduced Pack-a-Punch. Introduced the ability for zombies to melee you from inside a barrier. We also
double tap as well. Am I tripping?
No, double tap was in Verruct.
Okay.
So Darius had Pack-a-Punch, teleporters, power, and power wasn't introduced there, but it brought back power. Same thing with rotating box, boss rounds, same wonder weapon as World at War, Shino Numa. Overall though, but like this is still easily the best fucking map. Oh, it also introduced the Bowie knife. I'm gonna have to put Darius.
I'll say B tier.
Yeah, Darius belongs in B tier. However, we'll get back to Darius when we come around to the Giant. Now we're heading. Oh, the Giant. We'll see chat where the Giant ends up. We're going balls deep into Duran Fang.
What a map to get onto next. Yeah, fucking awful.
One of the coolest looking maps, yet one of the worst gameplay of. It's so bad in every aspect. It's so unfun. How much of Duran Fang did you actually play?
I played every like aspect of it and all that.
Okay. And it sucked, right?
Yeah. I like the idea of like a zombified snowy Stolen Guard. Whatever it's called, like the place it was set. But again, it was just a multiplayer map that was made night and then had some zombie shit thrown on it, which is kind of disappointing in this day and age for COD.
Right. So I'd say
you throw everything else on top of that would have been not round. But I wish that was the map that got a round base version of it.
I almost agree with that because what bothers me outside of not having Pack-a-Punch camos or a ray gun, the first Treyarch Zombies map outside of the Chaos storyline to not feature a ray gun. Absolutely insane that they didn't even get the ray gun back for it, and then they marketed it for a later season. Fucking insane. Duran Fang offered almost nothing good and had no redeeming qualities to it besides the aesthetic. Terra Maledicta.
Oh,
this is arguably worse.
Yeah, it looks worse.
It looks worse, but at least it has a quest, if you could call it that. It's so fucking bad. The wonder weapon is a joke. Dude, it's such a cool concept. It's ass, brother. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that it has such a long cooldown on it. Oh, God, that's insane.
I haven't used it in so long, but yeah, from what I remember, like, visually it looked cool. But yeah, no, it wasn't anything exceptional either.
Terra Maledicta is also an F tier. I do not see myself, like, the day I say, oh, Nova, you want to boot up and play a match of Terra Maledicta for fun, bro? No, not happening.
It's the day to fucking dementia system for you.
Actually, just kill me. Put me down. I'm struggling over here. Now, Shino Numa Vanguard Edition is actually alright.
I enjoy it.
If it wasn't for Vanguard's flaws overall with the perk mechanics, the lack of powerful weapons and stuff like that, this would be a really good map. It
I
suffers
love the
because of the game
lighting.
it's on. The lighting is great. The aesthetic is great. Um, they also don't have much of a water nerf. Whenever you're in water, your movement is barely affected, which I appreciate because World at Wars was cooked.
Yeah, it makes sense on maps like Origins with like the tank track
Yeah.
and all that. Like there, yeah, your movement should be penalized, everything. But a little bit of water in the swamp, I just don't want to be penalized, especially with how small the map is it, already.
Yeah.
It doesn't need slower movement
Like
than water.
I would say this is undeniably the best version of Shinonuma we've gotten, probably. For that, I could honestly put this map in B tier.
Yeah, honestly. Only thing that would make it better would be if it had some more BO3's mechanics like Gums, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And a better shield system. This map would have definitely
And a crew.
benefited from the original shield system in BO3. And what?
And a crew.
And a crew, for sure. The Archon.
I
Boss
haven't
fight looks
played.
cool. I haven't played it. That has to go in F tier. Because it looked so bad I didn't play it. So.
Yeah, it's tier metal there, but
Yeah.
green.
But green, and it just sucks. All right, now we're on to Black Ops 1, dude. We have a lot of
Oh,
maps to
dude,
go
we're
through
on to the best map of all time. Kino.
Kino der Toten chat, Black Ops 1. The greatest map of all time, quite possibly ever.
Yeah.
Love this map. I really do. However, in modern times, dude, I don't find myself wanting to play it.
Yeah. I could easily see it being a B, honestly. Like, it's good. It's definitely better than Shino Newman Vanguard and all that. But I don't think it beats Die Rise. I think Die Rise gave us more.
Die Rise?
Oh, Darius, fucking not Die Rise.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Die-
all right, well, that
Die
might be
Rise,
our
yeah.
first disagreement. That might be our first
Yeah,
disagreement.
that would be a hot take. Given I do like Die Rise, and we will get to that at some point.
We will get to
But,
Die Rise.
Yeah, no, Darius and all that. It just does, like, Darius does more, in my opinion, that was new than Kino. But Kino is a very iconic map, and I'll give it that. It's on, like, I would say it's like only map that, one of the few maps that can rival Darius when it comes to its iconicism.
Now, here's the question, right? We're going by the Darius being World at War version. And if I ask you to play World at War Darius or Black Ops 1 Kino, what are you picking? Because honestly, I'm probably picking Kino. World at War for me has aged the worst, in my personal opinion.
If we're having just a quick game for fun, I kind of like Transit. That, like, for example, that's a fun game just to hop on every so often, just not do much. And I'd see Darius on World at War being the same way. Like, we'd just hop on for like maybe max 20 rounds, if even, and all that. Like, it wouldn't, would be just hopping on for, just in the game.
That's fair. I think we could come back to these, and maybe they might be able to be interchangeable.
Yeah.
5, I like Classified better, to be honest. I think 5 is cool, but I honestly think it's a
intro.
Oh, 5's intro is a whole different fucking thing. That shit is the best one we've ever gotten. Also, the first cinematic intro we've ever gotten for zombies.
Is it actually? Oh,
it is. So 5, I feel like. Hold on. Let's read this. A tier for Kino. All right, buddy. No, that's wrong. Yeah. B is actually disrespect. That is stepping on your J's level of disrespect. I don't know about that, dude. What does Kino do that makes it so great, man? This may be biased, but Kino and Darius both deserve A tier. Look, we'll get to Darius and a better tier here soon. Kino over Darius.
Better versions of them.
That's what I'm saying. What's up, Lou? How you doing, Pookie? Boys, my opinion might not matter. I have no mouth, but I must scream. Fuck, bro. I understand, but thankfully this is our tier list. So 5, C tier for me. You said what?
Yeah, only correct tier list.
Exactly. So 5 for me is going straight C tier. The characters are great. However, if I'm gonna pick 5 or Classified right now, I'm picking Classified.
It's definitely above those two.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Anyone that disagrees is just wrong.
This could be very, very, very bottom of B tier eventually as well. So we'll come back. Ascension to me is a really... Really?
I don't like Ascension. It's not a fun map to me. It gets boring. I love the like the look of it
Mhm.
on BO3 and all that, but on BO1 I don't like it at all.
So, oh, fucking yawning. I'm tired. What is it about Ascension in particular that you don't like? Is it, you say
I
you like the
don't like
look
the
of it?
monkeys.
Fair, very,
I don't
very
like
valid
the
complaint.
I don't know how many steps are on the thing, but the step like the final step we have to do is a bunch of damage to that thing. I think that's just not really fun gameplay to me.
Fair.
We're gonna think, yeah, but it's that first Easter egg, so you can give them some leeway there. But again, we're rating it now and
Yeah.
all that,
Yeah.
so it does not hold up. And monkeys, that the aesthetic of the map when it comes to like not the night sky and everything could be better now when you compare it to other
Mhm.
games and all that. And there's also yet another reused campaign thing that
True.
throws it down, and there's also just better maps in the game that it's in.
So looking at just a little bit of a history lesson for you guys who maybe haven't touched zombies in a while. Ascension also was a pretty it was a cool map. You know, it introduced a lot. It was a little, I can't say super innovative, but it innovated in some ways with map transportation with the lander, right, the lunar lander. Um, it also introduced
PhD too as well.
PhD and stamina.
I did not know it introduced stamina.
Introduced, however, it also took away double tap. It was the first map that they removed a perk. So they took away double tap, brought in stamina up and PhD. They introduced monkey rounds, who could steal your perks, which is mega cringe. And they do hella damage. They are no joke.
Yeah. I am not a fan of the monkey rounds.
They introduced Easter egg quests, as well as side quests, because you could blow up the rocket and get yourself a double points. However, outside of the history lesson, this map did not age the best, and I could pretty much single-handedly point that at the monkeys. I fucking hate monkeys. However, I still think it's better than 5, and I would rather play this than the original 5. I say Ascension also introduced the Gersh devices, which were pretty cool because you could teleport around the entire map with them, which is nice. I give Ascension a solid C. Like, it was a step in the right direction from Kino.
For me personally, I would interchange it with 5. I just prefer 5 personally. I also played 5 more.
That's fair. Okay, so we have 4 maps right now that are pretty interchangeable. So we will readjust once they're all in their place. About a stream, just wanted to say hi. Well, what's poppin', Lou? What game are you going to be streaming? Here we have Call of the Dead. Give me your thoughts on Call of the Dead.
I never played Call of the Dead.
Okay, all right. Let me
So that's gonna be all year.
Wait, hold on. All right, I'll get to this. Bro, it ain't hard to say hi in such emphasis. What? It ain't had it said in such emphasis. What are you talking about, Lou? VO3 for the 5th time, BBG? Sheesh, baby. Goddamn, guys. Should I tune into Lou's stream or your stream? Whoever stream you want. Call of the Dead introduced for the first time 2 wonder weapons in a single map. Actually, I straight up fucking lied to you. And we are going to go back to 5 because 5 introduced a Winter's Howl.
Isn't there 3?
There is 3 in Call of the Dead. Usually there's 2 in, say, Ascension and Kino, right? You have the Ray Gun, Thunder Gun, Ray Gun, Thunder Gun, Ray Gun, Wonder Waff, all the way since World at War, Shinonuma. This map has 3 wonder weapons. You have the Ray Gun, the VR-11, which sucked, and the Scavenger. I don't know if the Scavenger fully counts as a wonder weapon, but for this sake, we are. I'm going to tune into Lou's stream on my Xbox. Okay. All right, Pookie. I'm high. Let me read time. Oh, no more tier list. Boys, you're the inspiration for the stream. All right, buckle up, buddy. They introduced rotating Pack-a-Punch, a soloable Easter egg as well as co-op, and giant-ass George Romero that follows you around. And they were the first map to have celebrity cast. However, I really like this map at launch. I don't think it's that good now. It's very ugly. It's a very ugly fucking map. Very cool concept as well, but like, I don't think it does anything special, to be honest. Call of the Dead is not that good of a map. Shangri-La. You played Shangri-La, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Thoughts?
Now, do I like it? That's an entirely different story.
That is an entirely different story, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Shangri-La at all.
What about it do you not like?
I don't like the layout of the map. I don't like Pack-a-Punch. Given I've only got Pack-a-Punch once.
Yeah, Pack-a-Punch is a disaster. The claustrophobic areas of the map are just so tight.
The mine area. I do like the trap section with like the fucking booty fucking traps.
Yeah.
From under the ground and shit. I think that's cool. It's just kind of, you know, whatever though as well.
Yeah, like you're not catching me on a day saying I want to play Shangri-La. However, the Wonder Weapon, excellent. Really love it. It's a lot of fun to. Cool. It's kind of cool to have a Wonder Weapon that you don't just pull the trigger and they insta die. You actually get to kick them, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like the lighting.
The lighting is cool. I think monkeys were done much better in this map than on Ascension. I think
don't they have a fire zombie on this map as well?
They have, yeah. So this is the first map to introduce alternate zombie types. At the same time, they were cool, but I wasn't the biggest fan of them. But I think they were pretty good for what they were. The monkeys being able to steal power-ups and change them as well. So if you knew how to work it, you know, you could turn a double points into a max ammo or even a free perk. So that's pretty cool. Shangri-La also had a really, really cool skybox when you turned it into nighttime. None of this shit really matters in my opinion of the overall map, though. It's still at... I would argue I would probably rather play Noct over Shangri-La, but I would probably rather play Shangri-La over Verrucht. How do you feel about that? Where are you putting Shangri-La?
I think Shangri-La is more interesting than Verrucht. No, that's I can get behind that.
Okay.
But it's also, you know, kind of just a pain to play at times.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's more fun than Noct.
I should make a map tier list. I'm sure it would go over well. I'm sure it would, boys. Actually, you should probably do it at the same time we're doing ours. I feel like that'd be fun. Then we could judge yours. I haven't uploaded it all, but I made a community post, so I'm going to plug my community post, I guess. All right, bet. All good, Pookie. Moon. I could start this off with I fucking love this map.
Yeah, no. Anyone that hates Moon, like, even just based off the base premise of the map alone, puts it at fucking B.
Yeah.
And all that.
This map, even with its worst qualities on the front line, is still a B tier map. But thankfully, there's a lot more redeeming qualities than there is bad. For me, this is an A tier map. I think the low gravity absolutely changes how you play this fucking map. The fact you start off in Area 51, your favorite place, Groom Lake, it is the coolest fucking thing. You could pack a punch there if you're efficient. You could get jug there if you're efficient. You could do both if you're efficient. Before round 1, you could get enough points to open up the whole fucking map. You have the Moon Zombie who does steal a perk, but he's easy to kill, so it counters. It also adds atmosphere with an astronaut slowly creeping towards you. The Easter egg is fucking excellent. Not only is the Easter egg excellent, dog, the locations around this map where you could train are a lot of fun. You have the Biodome, where, you know, if you have gravity enabled still, is a very deadly place to be training. You know, you fall off one of those landers up top, you're dead. However, you get that bitch in there with 0 gravity, bro, you're flying all over the place and shooting zombies. It's one of the coolest fucking things ever. I also like how dynamic the map is, where you can blow up windows and it changes the way the play space, you know, plays. A lot of cool strats. The wonder weapons are a lot of fun. Moon, I mean, the ending of the Easter egg to Moon is insane. Is this even A tier? This might be S tier. I think love Moon.
Yeah, I could be behind S tier and all that.
All right.
Also, the small thing, which correct me if I'm wrong on this, but on PS3 version of Moon and Xbox 360, you could see your friend's gamer tag on the astronaut, right?
Yes.
That's such a small thing, but it's so fucking cool.
No, this is every zombies map, boys. Every zombies map. We have IW and World War II and Extinction in here. Moon is our first S tier map. I love everything about Moon. I am always down for a Moon game. Transit's grown on me. And I might be a little biased because this is objectively a bad map. But we're not here to talk about what objectively is and isn't a bad map. We're here to show you guys what the only definitive correct zombies tier list is.
And if you're playing Transit now, you're not like, oh, this is one of the few maps we have, because back then there still wasn't really a lot of maps and all that. So Transit taking up one of those slots of, you know, maps for people back then just kind of did suck. but now we have so fucking many. So Transit being in the list and being kind of a dud for the most part is not a big deal. The map plays like shit for the most part, but it's also just so much fun with friends.
I can see myself, for as much of a shitpost as this map is, here's a hot take for you, dude. The personalities just it's dripping, bro. It seems through, like it is all over it. Transit is a B tier map. I think the amount of fun I can have on Transit honestly outweighs a lot of these other maps. So for anyone just showing up, like you, my boy Stanley, we are rating these maps based on how we feel about them today, not the importance of them or how we felt about them as kids. We're rating them based solely how we feel about them today. This is our list so far. Our only S tier map so far at this moment is Moon. Transit, I have grown an affinity for Transit. I really appreciate how dog shit it is. And I think I could see myself playing Transit over World at War Race.
I agree.
I think it's top of B tier. Transit A tier?
It's a fun map.
Frog, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Frog. Transit is not going to A tier. Moon S tier is bold as hell. Bro, there is not a single...
And if it was on BO3, I could easily see it being A tier.
See...
All that.
Oh, 100%.
With the movement and everything.
Yeah.
And the better, like, scope of the engine.
But see, Transit's fucking clunkiness is almost what made it so good to begin with, dude. You know? I feel like if this map played any better, it would almost decrease the amount of fun I could have in the map. I just feel like I'm at such a disadvantage in Transit. Down to opening up Pack-a-Punch. You know? Like, dog, when we opened up Pack-a-Punch the last time we played, that was the first time in a good 6 or 7 years I got Pack-a-Punch on Transit. So, I'm giving Transit a solid B. Now, the reason Moon is at S, we kind of went over it a little bit. I don't see any downsides to Moon except for the amount of RNG required in the Easter egg. But I think how cool the Easter egg is in and of itself far outweighs the amount of RNG needed for the quest. The fact you switch fucking bodies, you get a death machine, you get all these perks, you get to see Samantha, you know? You see just this giant-ass pyramid just glow and a fucking demon child comes out of it. The zombie's eyes turn blue. You get a full change in announcer voice. You blow up the fucking earth. You know, like, everything Moon's Easter egg does, it isn't perfect, but it's so epic in scale. It is a spectacle of an Easter egg. And I think that's what makes it so fucking cool. And how interactive the play space is. There's very few zombies maps that give us actual interactive play spaces. And Moon does it. Not only does it do it, but it was really like the first one to do it. And I really fuck with that. Bus Depot straight F.
Fucking the Moon being the final map of BO1.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy that they ended BO1 off on such a high note.
I know, dude. That's why I love Mid, man. I'm so biased for Mid. Bus Depot, like I said, this is a straight F. I would rather play it than Duran Fang, but like I don't think I've ever gotten past like round 16 on Bus Depot. I just can't be fucked. It's not a fun environment or anything. What's up, Sandwich? How you doing, man? Haven't played Zombies in a bit. I fully understand that. However, Zombies is always one of my games that I play. I play it all the time, so I feel very confident in my opinions here. However, I don't think a lot of you guys will agree with them, but like we said, this is the definitive tier list, and if you disagree, you're wrong, not us. I'd say it's up there with Moon and Vibes alone, but I'll say it's A tier. Oh, Transit's vibes are great. Transit fucking nails it. It's like this retro futuristic 60s type vibe. I'm pretty sure canonically the map is set in 2025. So that's almost fucking awesome. How it looks like it's in the 60s but set in 2025. I love that aspect of it. But it's still like there is some aspects of the gameplay that I don't fuck with, you know? Transit is 2035. Really? I thought it was 2025. Fuck me. I was 10 years off. Okay, and that also puts Moon in 2035 as well, which is wild when you think about it. Obviously, like, it would be so cool to have like BO2 weapons in Moon because of the time period, but obviously that was just a whole gameplay thing. Like they didn't think
Yeah,
that
but the
far ahead.
weapons you don't really pay attention to in the actual
Yeah.
game when it comes to like how if it makes sense with the time period and all that.
Set 10 years after Moon in Nuketown, which is 2025. Okay, so Moon is 2025, Transit's 2035. Gotcha. Okay, I was off. Farm I also don't care for. I don't think it's F tier. I think it's D tier.
It's the second best survival map in.
Yeah, but that's still just not saying much. I don't have a whole lot to say about Farm. It's a really cool concept of this like just kind of abandoned little farmhouse. It's like when you grow up on movies like Signs and all these other like cornfield type beat movies.
You have the barn, you have the driveway, you have the house, a little shed. Like it's got all the things of the farm and all that.
So I think and it also has the infamous reuse red truck asset. The amount of times that red truck asset has been reused is wild, and it is featured on this map. So that's always a plus. However, the layout is kind of boring, but the atmosphere is great, so that's why it's at D. I just don't think there's much to this. Town is a C tier map. It's great at what it does, and the atmosphere is immaculate. The replayability on this map is immaculate as well. It's probably the best survival map. This is the one where it's like, all right, let's fuck around for a few rounds until we die. But it has its flaws.
I'm sure most people, when they think of transit gameplay, they think of actual like town gameplay, not transit itself. I'm willing to bet.
So the flaws I have with transit are, honestly, the biggest one is the lack of boss rounds, right? No Hellhound rounds, unless you turn them on, but like that's some fuck shit. So you solely rely on complete RNG for max ammo drops. You can always switch out your weapon and pack a punch them. This map overall is the best survival map. However, I personally would put Nuketown above Town. So I would say Town is probably a C tier map. Where would you put Town? What are your complaints and thoughts on it?
I mean, there's not really any complaints because it is just a survival map.
Yeah.
But for out of all the survival maps, it's just a fun one. It's the most enjoyable. I like the layout the most. I like where Pack Punch is on it because it's kind of interesting to, fucking, skip over the fucking lava and shit. It has a lot of good spots to train or sit and everything. My only real issue with it is that it's still like BO2 is pretty clunky.
Fair.
For the most part.
So, but, yeah. Where are you putting this in your personal opinion? Because I'm feeling this is a solid C tier map for me. It's probably under 5, but above Knocked.
Yeah, no, I can get behind that.
All right, on to Nuketown. Nuketown introduced rotating, actually, I can't even say rotating perks. It was completely random perks being assigned at different rounds. However, I don't think it introduced much outside of that. But the atmosphere... You said what?
I say a unique weapon.
The M27.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have the M27. Which is cool. It does have that.
It's about it, really.
This map peaks at 2 players. Anything more is very difficult to get behind. But I love Nuketown Zombies, man. The atmosphere is insane. It's probably one of the best atmospheres we've had in Zombies. I could see this being right above Town. I don't have a whole lot to say about Nuketown, but I really do like it.
Yeah. I love the idea of perks dropping from the... Well, I love the idea of things dropping from the sky.
Yeah.
I just feel like perks were a bad choice, especially with them being random.
Not entirely, because Quick Revive is the first one to always drop on solo, but that's it.
Yeah.
So getting around, like, what, 25, I think, without Jug? Yeah, that's a hard look now. And we're moving on to something bigger and better than Nuketown. Chat, we have fucking die-rise here. I'm very conflicted with this map, so I'll let you kind of take it away and lead the directive here.
Making attacks, hold on.
All right, never mind. Let me read chat. All right. Frog says, Weezer, Buddy, Holly, Riff, go, sheesh. You're kind of cooking with that one, dude. I won't lie. Yeah, Vanguard Zombies kind of just ruined it for me, though I will go for the Zombies Master Camo on BO6 and MW3 maybe. It's still collecting dust. Have fun with that. Doing the MW3 Zombies Master Camo solo is a complete fucking nightmare, but if you have buddies to help you, I'd say go for it. Why not? In town, I got to round 30, transit to round 15, farmed around 10, got bored of farm, so I left early. Yeah, farm is pretty boring. 30 on transit, though? That's no joke, man. I respect it. I actually never played Nuketown Zombies. What's up, Christopher? How you doing, man? One more. I'm not playing another match of DBD, Dutch. I actually never played Nuketown Zombies. The closest thing was Alpha Omega, but that was a different story. We're not talking about Alpha Omega. Actually, we are, just not yet.
Yeah.
Christopher, how you doing, buddy? We're doing some tier lists here. We got some COD Zombies. We're going to be hitting you with the COD Zombies map tier list, then a Call of Duty game tier list where we talk about the games overall, then a Zombies character tier list, and then a Dead by Daylight All Killers tier list, and a Dead by Daylight Survivors Smasher Pass. All right, so we have a mix of content here. I hope you guys are willing to just kind of understand and bear with me. Let me turn up my Spotify just a little bit for you guys. All right, so back into it, we have Die Rise. You want to take it away? You want to lead?
Yeah. Given I played Die Rise for the first time last year, I think like May.
Is that when we ran it?
That? Yeah, that was when me, you, Mark, and
Jeff.
Who ran it? Yeah. Yeah, which my first experience with Die Rise was fucking amazing. That was a really fun time just playing around. Given we weren't going for the Easter egg or anything, we were just simply having fun and fucking around with the traps. I love the what is the trap called where you can flank people with it? Trample Steam. I love the Trample Steam. I love the aesthetic of the map. I think it's visually very cool. And I know a lot of people hate it, but I love the verticality. Given, PhD would have made the map a lot better and a lot more fun.
Yeah. I
still enjoy the verticality. I just think it's interesting, and having one map like that is not gonna hurt. Like, it's not the end of the world, kind of thing. And it's a nice change of pace. It's not better than Buried to me, but I do enjoy pretty much everything about it.
All right. So before I state my opinions, I'd like to say, Stan, you might be the most knowledgeable person on zombies ever. Feel free to join VC if you would like to take part in this. However, if not, I completely understand. But just know you are always welcome to join. Like I said, we have 2 zombie tier lists here in particular, and then one more just overall Call of Duty game tier list. So feel free to join with the zombies ones if you like, because we could go straight from the map tier list to the zombies character tier list. Now, Die Rise is a map that, it's a very fuck around map. It introduced a lot of variety of buildables. Obviously, Transit had buildables as well. However, Transit did not have the Trample Steam. Die Rise does. Transit is fucking great, dude. Did I say Transit was great? Is that what I said? I lied. Transit is not great. The Trample Steam is great. I love the Trample Steam. It really fucking makes this map. This is a trolling-only map. If you're here to do the Easter egg, get the fuck out of here, bro. What you doing?
Yeah.
All right?
I have no interest in doing the Easter egg from that map, but just hopping on there and fucking around with your friends and all that, and just talking and watching a motherfucker try and make it jump and fail.
The fact you control your friends with the Wonder Weapon, right? It actually affects everyone's movement. The Trample Steam, great. I don't even know the other buildables on the map. They don't fucking matter. Is there even any? Now that I think about it, maybe... Is there?
I have no idea. I just know the Trample Steam and the Wonder Weapon.
Have I ever built another trap on fucking Die Rise? I don't think so. I think it's just the Trample Steam. Chat, remember when I said there was a variety of buildable? Yeah, I fucking lied. Die Rise is a goober of a map, and it has personality. It's... Where are we putting this? I feel it belongs in B, but I don't know if it's above Transit.
I think it's below Transit. Because I think I could play Transit more often.
Okay.
But Die Rise is also just a really fun map to troll on.
Fair.
Like, it's more fun to troll on.
Yeah, Die Rise has its moments. It also has a really cool environment. Has a lot of cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I could give... No, I can't. That's a lot of work right now. I was going to say, I could give Stanley a little character that pops up. I made one, but that's a lot of work. I'll do that later.
Also, shocker chat, but Die Rise is a daytime map.
Transit is a Die Rise map with one of the coolest skyboxes of all time. Alright, that shit's bussin'.
Transit is a Die Rise map?
Transit is a Die Rise map. I don't know what I'm saying, bro. I'm fucking cooked. I had a long day. Die Rise is a cool map with the most fucking wild skybox ever. Transit is a Die Rise map. Quote me on it, alright? Now, Mob of the Dead I got some hot takes on Mob of the Dead, but I'll let you go first.
I don't have that much game time on Mob of the Dead. I think it has one of the best intros of all time, arguably the best, and all that. I love the cast with Weasel and all that fucking shit. I love the Pack-a-Punch, having to build a plane and fly over to the Golden Gate Bridge to Pack-a-Punch. That is really fucking cool. The Afterlife system, while I haven't really sunken my teeth into it that much, I do think it's cool as well. What else? The Wonder Weapon, the Blunder Get is really cool.
Yeah, the Blunder Get. Alright, let me move over my screen real quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and give Stanley a character here, so I just have to...
Yeah, you good.
Alright, chat, you guys will just have to bear with us for a second, alright?
The actual layout of the map as well. The fucking... What is it called? The trolley system cart thing that pulls you from the docks to the actual prison itself. I love that. It's cool to me. I don't care. I love moving things in my maps in MP, Warzone, and Zombies. I just think it's neat. So... Yeah, Brooders, also another really fucking cool, like, would it be a boss zombie? Or, like, special zombie?
Brutus
what is Brutus classified as?
I would say he's a boss zombie. He's kind of like, not like identical to George Romero, but I would consider him the same type of zombie as George Romero. He's not really like a lurker, but he's like, Shangri-La's, you know, special zombies. He's just his special zombie, I guess. Boss zombie.
He's a special fella.
He is special boy. You know, everyone loves him. He's straight vibing out. Alright, let me save this to desktop and save this to desktop. This is 2 different logos. Fuck. Yes. Okay. Whoa. What am I doing here? Okay, so I have 5572 and 557. Stan, whenever you're ready to join the VC, I could add your character here and we could get straight back to balling. If you're going to be a minute, that is also fine. Just let me know. We could keep the conversation going, all right? So you let me know. PC is starting. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a minute. So we will get back to Mob of the Dead, all right? Because you might have some more opinions on it. However, Buried. Buried is a good fuck around map. I love Buried. It has a lot to it. The atmosphere is immaculate as well. This is the map where the bank system really comes in handy. There's so much you could do with our boy Arthur, right? Or fucking what's everyone else called? Leroy.
Was it another map?
No, Transit introduced perma perks.
Oh, okay. I'm stupid shit.
Buried has so much you can do with Leroy.
Love Leroy.
Leroy is great. You can basically design the map how you want it to be with the chalk. So if you're going to be camping,
spawn room is also really cool.
Yeah. Spawn room's great. It's also dynamic. You could also fall to your death, which is great. What else is besides a badass Wonder Weapon? Also introduced the Mark II. First friendly NPC in Zombies. He has so many abilities. The Maze to Pack-a-Punch is really cool, but the Easter egg for this map really holds it back for me. I fucking hate Buried's Easter egg. I just had such a horrible experience completing it as a kid. Chat, just for some reference here, right? How old was I? I was 12 years old when Buried came out. I spent the last day of my 6th grade summer going into 7th grade. The last day of my summer in an 8-hour-long Buried game attempting this Easter egg, and I finally finished it. Because of the fucking maze step. Little pea-brain Grav couldn't figure it out, dude. Or the hit your mark step where everyone has to nail their shots. Bro, I was cooked.
There we go.
I was cooked. All right, there we go. Let me go ahead and remove my screen share real quick, and I can plop you in with a character. Little thingamabob here.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you, babe.
People love the
Here,
tails.
Let me give my quick rundown on the maps that you guys have rated so far.
All right, bet.
All right, so let's see. We've got Archon, Termalicta, Duron Fong, all bottoms. Totally agree. Bus Depot, garbage. Shino Numo, World of War. I mean, I would probably place it like high D, but I totally get that. Farm.
What map
I think
Shino
Shino is better. Shinonuma probably at the end of D, just because I think it has a fun high round strat where it's just
Fair.
really easy. Farm is garbage. Put that in F tier. Verrucht, I'd put in D tier. I despise Verrucht. Shangri-La, yeah, it's a C tier map. Noct, yeah, you gotta put Grandpa there. Town, yeah, I liked your point saying it was like just such. It really can't go anywhere else than C. Nuketown, I would put it in D. 5, I'm putting that in like B. Call of the Dead, I'm putting that in A. Ascension, I'm putting that in B. Shiranuma Vanguard, yeah, B. Kino, high C. Darius, high C. Die Rise, lower C. Transit, put in middle of D and F. And then Moon, A. A lot of words, but
Moon in A, really?
I really do like Moon. I honestly, I think putting Moon in A is actually, or putting Moon anything higher than A is to most people is insane. I love Moon. I really think its risk versus reward factors work really well, and like what Jimmy was trying to set up, like you have the excavators, you have the QEDs versus the Gershes, you having to pick between the hacker and the breathing suit. You have the ability to puncture air in different rooms, which then changes how you play. You have the ability to not get the hackers, or you have the ability to not move the excavators and to move them to make sure certain areas don't or do get locked off or broken with air.
I feel like all of these things with Moon almost like
they're all
it's
so cool.
It's so dynamic, and it's one of the most innovative zombie maps we've still ever seen. And
Yeah,
like
I mean, to the
outside
point where
of
you see like Jug versus Speed Cola when you spawn in. You have to
Right?
pick between those.
and
But it
it's-
also that's makes it so difficult though. It caps off difficulty so well.
So to me, like the only complaint I can genuinely think of for Moon is the RNG for the Easter egg. That's it. Like
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't even mind the excavators, because if you fucked up, that's your fault. You know,
Yeah,
it's like you could have prevented it and you chose not to. And it's
I
almost
think
like,
the only thing is some people just hate having to go out of their way to stop it.
I mean, that's understandable, but I still feel like
Some people just don't like there being a reason for them to leave their like to be forced to move around the map. But also people want the map to do something, so
yeah,
catch 22 at the end of the day.
I just feel like, well, that's the thing, right? Is if you don't want to move around the map, that's cool and all, but next time you go to
But
pack
you're
a punch,
punished
you're
for
fucked.
that.
Like, you know, and I feel like forcing you to get a hacker and interact with this item at spawn is a completely different thing than forcing you to participate in a boss fight like Firebase Z,
Yeah.
right? Completely different fucking things. So
Mm-hmm.
that why to me, Moon is S tier. It's S tier. It's one of the best zombie maps ever made.
Yeah.
Now we're moving forward to Mob of the Dead, which I have some hot takes on. So I kind of
Yes.
Nova kind of stated his opinions. He's a big fan of it. Nova, where would you rank this, kind of given how you feel about it?
Yeah, no, but what do you got, bud?
I'd say like probably mid A.
Okay.
More map than there.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
All right. Where are you putting Mob of the Dead, Stan? And what are your reasons? behind it?
Objectively, it's like an A to S tier map. Subjectively, it's like a at most for me. At maximum, it's a B. Mob as a map, I think, does a lot of things probably the best in the entire series. The writing, the score, the setting, the way that it mixes all of its different themes together, the characters, even if I'm not a big fan of them, the world building of it. But I just think subjectively, it just doesn't click with me. And I can't really rate it too high if I don't personally like the map,
So
even if I think it's a really good map.
you said at absolute most you'd put it at B tier.
Yeah,
Which I think is very fair. Right? However, this map does do a lot of things right. I think
it does.
the two different Easter egg endings were super cool. The fact that it puts you in a position where you have to fight your friends, really cool concept. Love that, right? It's you and your horde of zombies versus your 3 playable characters who, assuming at that point everyone is at their most beefed up potential. They have their perks, their pack-a-punch weapons. The only cheese you could do is your golden spork. I think the environment is some of the best we've ever seen. It's so fucking great.
I know the environment's fantastic. Yeah.
It's excellent. However, I feel like if you're not doing the Easter egg, Mob of the Dead has almost nothing to do. It is one of the most boring high round experiences for me.
But let me ask you though, it's because like it's not really an Easter egg though. It's a very short map.
Yeah. Short quest. It's like
in terms of its egg is very short, but it requires you to do a lot of the side quests. That's where like the main content comes from, is the side quest of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like, but also a lot of it's mandatory. It's one of those things where it's like it's mandatory because it gives you stuff that's very useful. So I think it has a hard time balancing like giving players useful things while also trying to give them content to do.
Yeah. See, if I was rating this as 13-year-old me, or 12-year-old me, this is probably one of the coolest zombie maps ever made. However, this far into it, I never find myself wanting to play Mob of the Dead. I think Mob of the
There's
Dead...
a lot of setup.
Yeah, not only that, how tedious it is, regardless of if you're on solo or fucking multiplayer, or like co-op, to go for this pack-a-punch every time you have, like, if it was one and done, you build it and then you have to refuel it, but that's it, cool, works for me. The fact I have to simply get the fuel every time, dude, is a complete mood killer for me. Now the environmental storytelling on this map is some of the best we've ever seen. This for me, this is probably top of B tier.
Yeah.
Or very bottom of A tier. I could see myself kind of interchanging it based on where we go from here. Barry, we discussed Buried a little bit. You want to give your thoughts on that?
I will say though, just to backtrack one last thing real quick. I also think with Mob, Mob has an extremely difficult beginning, and then it has a piss easy end game.
Yeah.
Its balance isn't very well done, just due to how they let you set yourself up, but it's not really conducive to the Ludo narrative of the map.
And I kind of feel like I guess just the exploration of the map is probably the best factor of it. But that exploration is taken away after your 10th playthrough, and you're no longer exploring. You just kind of beeline it straight towards what you have to do. But those first few games on Mob of the Dead, dude, fucking peak.
Like nothing else.
Right. But I'm no longer looking at those first few games, and 12 years later, this map ain't looking so hot, in my opinion. People love it, but I think they're blinded with rose-tinted glasses, dude.
I also just think we've just gotten better stuff too. That's just taken like what Mob is so innovative, and that's something that's always given it its edge. It's what it really pushed, which I think then Origins built off of, and then we've just gotten things I think that build off of that system better and do a better job at not only creating a unique cinematic experience, but also being. They don't have a long, beginning. They don't have the fuel system.
Yeah.
It's more. It's just better. The flow is more kinetic in later maps as they got better with that system.
I agree. All right, peace out, Sandwich. I appreciate you sound by, man. You ready for the Watch Dogs movie? No, I didn't even know they were making one. Hope Aiden Pierce's main character. I played that barely. I'd hope so, but I don't know if they're gonna continue Aiden's story or not. Yeah, no idea. What's up, Albert? How you doing, homie? Appreciate you sound by. If they could replicate the main story. All right, cool. No idea what the fuck y'all are on about with Watch Dogs. Buried for me.
Like the little circle.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to override it because you have it set to that, and I was like, that's all right.
Oh, I have it set to that. You can't change it.
I don't know if I can. I was looking at it, and it just pulled up a ton of options. I'm like, I ain't reading all that right now.
I can look at it with you later.
Yeah, all right. Because I drew you the one thing a while ago.
Yeah, I saw you drew it. Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
So we have Buried. Nova, where are you putting Buried?
A tier. I love Buried.
A tier. I agree. Buried, honestly, Buried is like, it's not that it's slept on, but I really feel like a lot of people don't look at the more specific nuances and intricacies of Buried and what actually makes it really good. Because Buried's really good, but no one actually goes into detail why it's really good. And I think when you actually examine it, Buried is so much better than I think people give it any credit for. Like, we talk about Mob versus Origins. Buried is that third pillar.
Yeah. I would say what Buried does so right is every time I play it, I feel like I forget that there's a Western revolver in there, and there's time bombs, and there's so many those time bombs are taken directly out of Back to the Future, bro. They look just like the fucking item for the car. I forget the name of it. But it just reminds me so much of Back to the Future. I think it's 2 or 3, or it's 3. I love Buried. Buried is I would put Buried above Mob, 100%.
Yeah. I could play Buried any day of the week. I fucking love Buried. It's my favorite of the their crew and all that, so.
It has so much, dude. It has the regular ray gun, the ray gun Mark II, the paralyzer. I love the time bombs. I also love the round infinity step. I think that was so cool. It's just like
round infinity is such a cool concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like
perfectly executed, but it was really great.
No. Yeah, I think it's super, especially with like how those characters like end up too. I think it's really cool that like because Buried was their end for such a long time. Until the comics, that like that's just where they die. There's their Around Infinity. Also, cool, really cool use of the time bomb. Time bomb's really cool.
Yeah. Time bomb is fucking awesome. Now we're on to Origins. Nova, if you want to kind of start us off with Origins.
I'm not as big of a fan of Origins as everyone else is. I think it's too intimidating for me personally. I love the robots. I love the scenery of the map. I think the scenery is probably one of the best, easily top 3.
So hit me with the things that kind of make you feel like it's overwhelming or too
There's
too
a lot of
aggressive.
craftables. It's like the Panzer is fucking horrifying and shit. I remember being a kid and fucking pissing myself whenever I'd hear the noise and just seeing it fucking charging down at me. And all that, the staff steps, I've never ever built a staff myself and all that. I know it's like apparently not too hard. I just never.
Have you never built a regular staff or upgraded staff?
Pardon?
Have you never built like a regular staff, or have you never built an upgraded staff?
Oh
Yeah.
Really?
Never done it for a while.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'd highly recommend at least trying it on casual and building them, upgrading them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say. I mean, the regular staff is so easy, pretty much for all of them.
Yeah, just to me personally, Origins is a very intimidating map and all that. And I think that's just because of how I grew up playing with my older brother and all that kind of.
That's fair. Yeah.
Got to me.
So what are the redeeming qualities outside of you love the robots, you love the scenery? Is there any?
I think when you do have the staffs, they are really fun. I think the what's it called, the knuckles, fucking thing. I do like those. Fucking what else? The layout of the map I do like. I don't mind the generators that much. I think that's more of like a in-between thing that I just kind of put up with.
Yeah.
And all that. The soul boxes to upgrade. Where you get zombies blood and all that. I think are cool. And that was the first map to introduce Wonder Fizz, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong on that? Yeah,
No,
I do like.
And it brought back. It was the only map in well, Barry had perma PhD, but it wasn't a perk machine, so you could lose it. Origins brought back PhD as well.
Yeah, I like Origins for having introducing Wonder Fizz and all that. And
honestly, dude, Wonder Fizz is such a wasted concept.
It is.
Yeah, but it set the waystone for it, or the, it started the idea of it.
Yeah.
Which I think.
Well, no, it's still wasted. No, I'm not talking about Order. I'm talking about every other map it chooses on. It's completely wasted. The only map it's ever used effectively on is Zombie Chronicles Ascension, because it uses a machine to give you on every other map. It can give you any perk on the map. Only on Ascension and Chronicles does it give you Deadshot and Double Tap, which are the 2 perks not on that map. Which is weird because it doesn't give you Electric Cherry, despite the fact that Widow's Wine is given to you on every map.
Right.
In lieu of PhD.
Yeah.
But so then why does Double Tap and Deadshot get that exception in Ascension, but Electric Cherry doesn't get that at all in Chronicles, besides Origins?
So how do you feel about Origins? Or you said except for and Origins, right? Because that does give you is Deadshot in there?
I mean,
as well
it's fine.
It
is. I mean, it's fine in Origins because it was their first attempt. But I mean, like they just keep constantly just misusing it.
Yeah.
In later experiences,
it's gotten to a point where it basically entirely replaces perk machines as a whole.
Yeah, it's completely transformed into an amalgamation.
Yeah. So, Nova, where are you rating Origins?
I'd put Origins. I would say high B to mid B.
All right, now Stan, go ahead, hit us with the things you like and you don't like, and where you'd rate it.
I'm gonna put Origins lower A. If this was like a few years ago, I'd still be putting it in S tier. I think Origins has definitely aged. It's showing its wear and tear over the years, and I think it's simply just because we've gotten better maps that do it better. DE, Ancient Evil, Zombies in Spaceland.
So what do you think DE does better than Origins?
Flow. I think the biggest thing is how snappy DE is, and how it's able to allow players to go on their own paths for each bow, but the gameplay doesn't stop. Whereas with Origins, every single time, at least 3 of the players have to say, "Hey, can we stop? I need to look up the puzzle because I need to figure out how to do this. I don't remember it off the top of my head." Whereas DE, so much of DE is based around you actually killing things. I think there's very few puzzles that actually make you stop. Like the Void Bow is a puzzle, the Wolf Bow is a puzzle. But so much of it is just I need zombies to do this thing, or I need zombies to kill this thing. I need zombies to fill up my bow so I can unlock it. Whereas with Origins, it's simply just 2 puzzles, and then for most inexperienced players, it's just simply let me stop and look up even experienced players. Let me stop and look up the guide for a second, like on the Ice Staff, for example.
Yeah.
But I think the world building and theming of Origins is unmatched. I love the steampunk vibe that they go with, and I like that it just constantly keeps building in different directions. You have 1,000-foot tall robots, you have ancient staffs, you have zeppelins and blimps in the air. You have a war-torn battlefield, and I really like this sense of how it progresses itself. The first 3 generators are all very close-knit together. and it's this little circle that it builds. Then you have to go through operations bunker, which bottlenecks you into the map or into a no man's land, which is this whole sprawling landscape. The whole world opens up to you, and every round it keeps getting harder and harder. And eventually, the game even throws a Panzer into the mix. And when the Panzer gets thrown into the mix, that's when the map cranks it to 11. It is trying to mess with you, and it's going to get you killed that quickly. It throws it does not hold back any punches. Whereas DE, the Panzer spawned around 12. You get more than enough time to get set up.
Yeah.
Panzer spawned around 8 in DE, you'd be screwed. You would have to fight for it as much as you have to fight for it in Origins.
I would agree if we're talking at the aspect with Gobblegums excluded, right?
I'm not. This is BO2 Origins. I'm not talking. Oh, you mean BO3?
Yeah, when you said
yes.
like
I'm not rating this with Gobblegums in mind at all.
All right. So what you said you're putting Origins in A?
Yeah, lower A.
So
I think Buried is aged better than it because
Really?
there's really nothing like Buried besides Spaceland.
all right, so for me, the negatives of Origins, kind of stems from a lot of the tedious upgrade steps in the staves. Like I don't see myself ever playing and doing more than one staff.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
you
Like
know,
if you're doing the Easter, you get to build all 4.
Yeah, like I'm beelining it for that ice staff, baby, and I'm set. You know, I fuck the rest of them. I've never even done the lightning staff. I do not care.
That one's fun to use. It's terrible, but it's fun.
Yeah, but I get to sit there and twist knobs around the map. Like, come on, bro.
You know twisting knobs?
Maybe yours, baby. But I don't care for finding all these locations. I feel like the buildable part locations do not stick out enough. They're hidden very well, and some might say that's a good thing. I hate that when I forget where a part location is. And it's just, this map is so big, and they blend so well into the environment, especially the Maxis drone, bro. What the fuck are half those part locations? I also do not like that I have to re-pick up the gramophone. Because, God forbid, obviously, that is you could consider it a skill of the map. It's map knowledge to pick that up.
I mean, not really, because, like, you look at Shadows, like, that's something where another map evolves on it. Shadows just quite says, let's just open all the portals, and you can keep them permanently open.
Yeah. That's how I feel about it. Is they should have
because they realized instantly after Origins, it's like, well, this isn't really fun. Let's get rid of that.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I would say the fact that the map is just kind of like 3 circles in a sense, that you have like the outer circle with like spawn and jug and just a tank alleyway back there, and then you kind of go into the center and you're running around the mountain, and then you have inside the mountain, which is one of the deadliest places to be. I think that map flow is really great. I also think this Easter egg provides the best sense of power progression we've probably ever seen. The fact you start off with nothing, and then you have bows, and then you get upgraded bows, and then you get an upgraded fucking melee. And
you're saying bows.
Bows, staffs. You get upgrade, regular staffs, you get upgraded staffs, you get the melee, you get unique tacticals, to me,
you got glitches like the elemental
cool.
knife.
It's fun. Yeah, exactly, dude. Or you get the golden helmet and the golden shovel. And
gold shovel. You get red perk reach. There's so much progression in the map that I think is still unmatched, which I don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah, and
I think it's so cool.
This map also gets an enormous bonus to me because of just the way it looks, from the mystery box to the pack-a-punch to the pack-a-punch camo, the whole crazy place and everything. Dude, it looks excellent. This map for me is probably an A tier. Actually, I would probably put this up there in S tier, to be honest. But we have you two saying it's A tier, so we're gonna meet in the top of A tier. All right, we're shifting over to Extinction a little bit. Nova, how's your Extinction experience?
Fuck all.
Fuck all. All right, cool. I
can just run through all of Extinction. Have you played them, right, Grav?
Yeah, I've played. I love Extinction.
Oh, okay.
I haven't beaten Exodus. That's the only one I haven't beaten.
Oh, that one's poopy. It's not poopy. That one's really good. Point of Contact, great. It's a perfect C tier map. It is the introduction, and it does such a good job introducing you to how the cryptids move in the way that they like force you to always be constantly looking at vertical situations rather than just horizontal with zombies. Putting it in a town was a really good idea.
So you're saying
I'll leave
C?
my thoughts brief. C.
All right, for me, I'm gonna rapid fire. I think this is one of the coolest Extinction maps in my personal opinion because it feels like an actual lived-in environment. When you take the time to just kind of B-roll your way around and spectate, especially the spawn area and the inner city a little bit, it feels. I mean, you have spray paint saying "keep out" or "help" or whatever. Dude, it's so cool. I absolutely love Point of Contact. I would say it's my second favorite Extinction map. I would probably put this at the bottom of B. Actually, I'd probably put this above Shinonuma on Vanguard, but still below Kino. How do you feel about that?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's your tier list. I'm just here to provide my opinions.
We're all here a little bit. This is the only correct tier list, all right? We all have to give input.
True.
All right.
Nightfall, I think, is an absolute banger of a map. I like its progression. I think its boss fight's really cool. I like the way that it's such a gameplay heavy map. And it is so focused on that core experience that it excels at it so well. And I think the best part is just the means of progression that you have to constantly be fighting, not only with more difficult enemies, but the more difficult terrain keeps coming an issue. The more difficult locations you have to put drills in, the density of the enemies, the boss fight, I think is really cool. And the ways that it actually puts you on your toes way more than I think the first like 7 Treyarch boss fights.
So I would say this map forces you to get good at Extinction.
Yes,
this
it really
is,
does.
You know, Point of Contact is your please come play our mode. Now Nightfall is you better fucking master it for what's to come.
Yeah.
I love snowy maps and everything, dude. I just love them, and I think Nightfall does it so well. It takes that generic, boring facility thing and completely revamps it on its head and almost makes it feel more alive. And I think the intro of the map. You said what?
I say more than it really is, honestly, at times.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like they also introduced the Venom X, and I believe was there a Venom variant or not yet?
This just normal Venom X.
Okay, so they had that. They had the boss fights. I think the Seekers were not introduced here either. They were on Point of Contact as well. The Phantoms though, right? They introduced Phantoms. So overall, Nightfall gets a B as well. I'm gonna say it's above Point of Contact.
I think it's above Point of Contact. Yeah, absolutely.
Mayday. I think this one's
Mayday.
A little bit of a step.
I think this is a step down. I think it's just like the map is much longer, and that's just because you have more optional content like the doors. You have the elemental Venom. You have schematics you can build. You have the Venom X elements that you can build. It just plays slower. There's a lot of unique elements to it though.
Yeah.
You have the one defense where you have to defend the drill and you can't even repair it. You have the tentacle encounter. You have the chlorine gas encounter. You have all the door encounters. You have the cedars. It's a very slow map, and I think it takes the longest. I think the extra 15 minutes that it adds, I think, is where it really drags.
I agree. So I would structure this map with Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 epilogue. They should have not had an Act 3. I would say Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 is the boss fight. Instead of making the boss fight the
I think that, like, by the time that you get to the top of the ship, you're just making your way into where Samantha Cross is, but you open this room and there's like 5 more hives you have to go through.
It's just like, bro.
And your brain just farts out. You're like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think a simple solution, right, is to give us one door that we have to get through and maybe have like a final wave of some rhinos and some other aliens and cryptids to attack, but it's only one door instead of 5 more fucking hives. Because those are the most unfun hives. When you get to that elevator, it's not the elevator, the crane lifts you up, and you see there's more, you're like, bro, come on.
Yeah, I know, come on, dude.
So this, honestly...
It's the only map I feel that way, too, where it's like, is this gonna end?
Yes, yeah. So, Mayday, for me, the boss fight saves it a little bit, because if the boss fight wasn't so cool, in my opinion, this is probably D. So I'm gonna put this, honestly, I wouldn't say at the top of C, but
I think the Cedars really hurt it.
I would say, 100%. So I'm going to put this kind of below Call of the Dead, but still above 5. I love Awakening. I'm incredibly biased, so I will let you take it away with your opinions on Awakening.
Awakening, beautiful map, beautiful ideas. I like the way that it actually does the unique progression, unlike Mayday, where instead of doors, you have secret pathways that lead to actual challenges. You can fight mammoths super early. It's the only time that you can fight them, too, in the map. I think that the arc attachment's super cool. I just think that it gets a little bogged down by the gargoyles, and I don't think the vulture sections are very slow.
Oh, they're so bad. They're so bad.
And I think that kind of hurts it a little.
If I could just become the vulture and one tap, like send one missile at each one, that's fine. But dog, they have so much health for no reason.
Yeah.
But
I wish they were a little less A little less tanky. They're a little
Yeah.
too tanky for their own good.
Um,
Just because they're constantly flying away too.
I also think the exfil section of running back is so fun.
I think it's fun. I think it's clunky, like because it's not very. It doesn't feel the best to put down the cortex.
Yeah, I do agree, but I'm a big fan of Awakening. I'd say this is probably my favorite Extinction map overall, so this is probably going B tier for me. I think the exploration, for Extinction, it peaks here. This is as good as it gets. I remember I played about like probably 8 months ago and found a cave for the first time because I didn't have the intel, and I was shocked that there was still another cave I haven't explored.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that to me was super cool. I also thought just the location is so awesome. Seeing that giant kind of like pyramid in the background.
The
obelisk or whatever
arc,
it is.
The arc.
The arc is so cool, dude. It just feels straight out of Alien, dude, and I love that.
Yeah.
They just really
honestly, I wish they went in on it more. I think they do too much of the landscape and build up to the arc. So by the time you get in there, it's just this empty like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be an arc. It's quite literally just them housing them until it's time to wake up. But like, I do wish it was a little more intricate. I feel like that's where you can pull out the alien like engineer, or like you have the jockey rider, whatever they're calling alien, where like he's sitting on the the machine.
Yeah, I think
one scene like that I think would have tied it all together for me. But I still think it's really cool what they try and do. Also, the lens flare on the arc is really cool when you're going up to it.
Yeah, I think had they introduced a new alien type while running back, in that moment that chases you down would have.
Do you think having an ancestor there would have been really cool?
I think so, especially if you couldn't kill it, because it would have perfectly teased what's to come in Exodus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was no proper tease from unless it was an intel. But it just kind of
what the ancestors.
Yeah.
They technically lead into it, I think, in the intro of Awakening, where Godfather talks about like the ones that serve, and like there's like a little shot of the ancestors, like its eye lights up when like Archer walks up to it.
Okay, so where are you putting Awakening? Because for me, this is my favorite Extinction map. This is above Nightfall.
I'm still putting it in B tier. I'm putting it below Nightfall personally. If you're gonna put it above Nightfall, oh you boo.
I will put it above Nightfall. Exodus, I haven't even beaten this map, so I feel like I trust your opinion enough here to make the right decision.
Yeah, Exodus. Exodus is it's a perfect finale in terms of just it building upon itself. I think unlike the Dark Ether and what it tries to do with its like army and all its enemies, where in Forsaken you have 15 different mishmash enemies that don't really flow well together. It's just this random ass army. You've got Plaguehounds, Tempest, Tormentors, Mimics, Manglers, the Forsaken himself, Abominations. You have this Disciples. You have this completely mismatched army that doesn't even work too well together. Whereas in Exodus, the cryptids feel like an actual united threat. They feel like a war front. And they all cover different abilities. You have the ancestors showing up. You have a map that's constantly building up to the end. And it pulls out all the stops in terms of its difficulty. It expects you to get good at the game. And every single enemy is back, I think, except Cedars in that map.
Oh, that's right. Cedars are gone.
Yeah. I don't think Mammoths show up, but I could be wrong on that. I don't remember Mammoths showing up. No, they do.
I think I only ever got to like the fourth generator. Like ever.
Yeah, it's a hard ass map. But the NX1 Disruptor, Wonder Weapon's okay. You can build Venom grenades, you can build NX grenades. I just wish the map looked prettier. It is an ugly ass map.
It is. That color palette, that disgusting rusty brown is so bad, and not especially right after Awakening, bro.
Yeah, the budget was gone.
That was rough. However, overall, it sounds like you're pretty positive about this one. Where are you putting it?
I'm putting it below Point of Contact.
Okay, maybe I judged a little too much.
I'm very positive about it. I just think that it kind of falls apart at the last second.
Yeah.
And I also think the narrative isn't real. It has the unenviable task of being the last map in a storyline, which I think every game has that map where like every last map of a game has to deal with that just sad fact that it's like, is the story satisfying at the end? If the answer is no, the map's rated worse. If it's yes, the map is rated higher.
Now, Nova.
I do think the humans dying is cool though.
I agree. The fact that the humanity loses is a very rare outcome in storytelling, and it was really cool that they did there. Nova, how's your experience on Exozombies?
Exozombies, I've played the first map, I think, and the 2 that we played a couple months ago last year.
I don't even remember what. Oh, we played Ascent together.
Yeah, so as in a whole, like, I don't have much experience with it.
All right. Well, you did play Outbreak. How do you feel about Outbreak?
Yeah,
Advanced Warfare.
I barely remember it.
Okay. We can speed run through these two then. How do you feel about Outbreak, Stan?
Fucking garbage. I think it honestly, people don't give it enough credit for how terrible it is. Everyone just comes to Infection. I think Outbreak is just as bad. It's just not equally as terrible. It just has really terrible map design that does not fit the way the Exo zombies move at all.
So,
and it is completely ruined because of it. No one talks about it.
I'm going to 100% agree with you here. This map fucking sucks, and I'm putting it in F tier.
Yeah, I agree. Infection. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Go for it. Infection.
Infection, just as bad. I think the one thing that Infection does better, though, is that you, like, in the 3 core areas, even the sewer in the main area, too. Even in spawn in all the areas, you can actually use the exosuit. The map takes full advantage of you actually being able to bounce around. There are areas where there's no ceiling. You can just jump as high as you want. You can actually fly over certain enemies. There's the Goliath zombie. Although the cons are, the one-up and sucks. The map is constantly pulling you in 50 different directions. Every single round, there's just some kind of schmuckery.
Yeah. I agree. I think the only redeeming factor in this map is I like Bubba. I think he's cool, and I like the fact a nuke comes out of a burger, and I like the Goliath. So
the nuke that just never gets explained.
Yeah, a giant missile in a burger. How
Where'd
awesome
it go?
is that?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Whoa. Fucking maybe.
We don't know.
Infection's F tier for me as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're both equally as bad.
All right, hot take on Carrier. I'm kind of a fan.
I love Carrier. I love Carrier, dude.
We agree there.
Carrier is so good. It introduces 2 new power-ups. It introduces Exo Stockpile. The one weapon is super cool. The
fun mini game with the grenades too.
Also, yeah, the Pachinko machine, that's cool. So many like little things, which I don't think Exos gets enough of in its maps. I think this is like the one map where it has a lot of little things that add up. You have the armory, you have Pack-a-Punch, the grenade buys, the Pachinko machine, the first mystery box, and Exo Soldier, all in the same area, which is really cool. They stack a lot into that armory room.
I agree. I also fuck with the drunk step of the Easter egg. I think it's really fun. It's really cool. It's a shame that like
also the fact that you can do it without being drunk too, if you're good enough.
Yeah, that's really cool too. But just the whole like laser maze is so outlandish, but it's so awesome to me. I also like going to the island.
I like that it takes advantage of the exosuit.
Yeah, it's great. Carrier for me, unfortunately, it's probably still a C tier map.
I agree. Yeah. I think it's definitely weighed down by the Atlas Strike team showing up every fucking minute. And it's very I mean, they're not punishing if you don't defeat them, but it is kind of punishing. Especially due to the modular way the map is built. Like, if the Atlas Strike team, like, toxics an area, well, there's a good chance it's just going to block 2 entire entranceways into certain rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much agree with all these points on Carrier.
Yeah, but it's not garbage, and I can say that's the best thing it has going for it.
Yeah, now Descent. Parkour stuff was really cool in the Easter egg. Goliath stuff is really cool.
Especially the part where I fell in the water.
Especially the part where your whole fucking Iron Man was botched because of it. Yep.
Descent is a map I've hated the more I played it. For the Iron Man and the Easter egg and whatnot. Oh shit, hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually activated my fucking headphones and they just started going shit crazy. I'll talk about it later. Anyways, Descent is a map that is super difficult. It is super tight. If you play it normally, it's fine. If you go for the Easter egg, you will be thrown through hell and back, especially in solo. The amount of shit that it expects of you to do is actually kind of insane.
Yeah.
And it's not even fun.
I agree. I don't think this map has much going for it outside of... I think the boss fights... I also really like that it's kind of in the middle of nowhere but an ocean, and when you're in the facility, it's nothing but underwater.
Oh, so we get to an Atlas map, or an Atlantis map.
And see, there you go. I feel like that's a redeeming quality to it. I like the storm outside. It truly feels like you are in a random facility in the middle of nowhere, and there's no escape. The fact you could straight up jump out of the map up there with an exosuit too, right? Like, I think that's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I really like the environment to an extent, and the fact it's just so clean down there is pretty cool. This is straight up a D map. This is a D tier map. How do you feel about that?
I'm cool with that.
would you put it in
Triton's
F?
not even that good. No, I'm good with that. I put it in high D just because the blunderbuss is on the map. The blunderbuss is really cool.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair. I would also probably rather play it over farm. Why does it say DBD? What's up, Pimp Dick? We will be doing a Dead by Daylight killer tier list and a Dead by Daylight survivor smash or pass tier list with Nova. So, yeah, we'll get there eventually. We're just doing zombies in COD first. Shadows of Evil, I have too many good things to say about this map. So, Nova, we'll start with you again.
We're back to the actual list now. Right.
We're back to a real map that you can comment
Yeah.
on.
Oh. I only really got into Shadows recently and playing a lot. And overall, I mean, again, another map with an amazing aesthetic and all that. The sort of fucking, what do you even describe that aesthetic? Like detective, Cthulhu, like noir, yeah, like sort of aesthetic.
Yeah, noir, Cthulhu.
Very cool. The skybox changing after you turn on power is very cool. The Apothecon servant is amazing, and all that. I didn't use the sword much when we got it. However, I did use it a little bit, and I thought it was cool. I liked the steps to get it. It wasn't too hard or anything. I don't like the meatballs. I don't like the flying guys. They're fucking annoying. What's the boss one we called again? Fucking
Margwa?
The Margwa,
yeah. I like the Margwa. He's cool. He's chill. Not really much
chill.
about him. Yeah.
Chill, I suppose.
I don't remember much from setting up power. It was just pretty much going and doing those little wave defense things, right? With
The rituals.
Rituals,
yeah.
So that wasn't too hard, at least.
So where are you putting Shadows overall?
Where would I put it? Probably A tier behind Buried. For me personally.
Okay. Stan, how about
I
you?
think I enjoyed Buried.
Whatchamacallit. I really do like Shadows. I think Shadows is such a good map. I also love the way it builds upon mechanics introduced in Mob, like Afterlife. I think Beast Mode is so perfectly built. It loses a lot of its risk versus reward factor, but it also like is meant to be a tool progression. But you also don't get the safety nets that Afterlife gave you, where if you went down, you would still be able to use it and get yourself back up. Whereas Afterlife does become, or Beast Mode becomes a bit more useless into the late game. No one ever uses it, but it's really meant for that first like 5-round experience. I think it's how I can describe a lot of Shadows. I really do like Shadows a lot. I think Shadows is really good. I just personally think that I think its style is a bit more over its own substance, despite the substance being really good on it. I think it inherits a lot of the same issues from Mob, which is a very, very demanding first couple of rounds, despite the process being made much easier, much more kinetic.
So where are you putting Shadows?
Oh, Shadows a high A tier, right next to Origins and behind it.
So I'm gonna say Shadows, in my humble opinion, doesn't do anything that Origins does better. I think the environment is probably as close as we get to Origins in the fact that it just feels so alive. The lights are great. The skybox is fucking insane. The enemy variety is beautiful. I like it.
I love the enemy variety. I think it's great.
However, I find myself getting annoyed at the pack-a-punch process when I just want to play it casually.
Yes, I don't return to it a lot.
Yeah, of that reason. This is a full-on experience map. This is, you are in for the long haul, and you are going to sit down and do everything Shadows has to offer, or you're not going to play it. I also feel like the layout of the map doesn't provide a whole lot of good training spots outside of the train station underground and the pack-a-punch room. So
I actually think there are a lot of really good training spots. I think that one of the biggest issues I have with Shadows is that I think if you're not going for it's a very quest heavy map, and let me think of the right way to say this. I think it's a lot of fun, but I think when you're not doing the actual main quest, you're not going for anything interesting on it. When the gameplay has to stand entirely on its own, it really is like another zombies map. The experience is 100% enhanced by doing everything that there is to do on it.
Yeah. But this is not the type of map where you go, I have an hour to spare, let me play Shadows.
Yeah, no. It is, the boys are getting on. This is we're all going to play one super good map. This is the map that we're picking.
So I would say this also does belong right behind Origins. And like I said, in my personal opinion, I could see why you guys rank it at A. Maybe it's a bias I have for Origins. It's just, dude, the shade of blue brings me in. And also, the contrast of going from Origins to Shadow. with just the heavy blue theme compared to the heavy red theme, I think is so cool.
I like that a lot.
And
That's really cool.
it's obviously wasn't planned, but it's almost like, you know, a contrast to Revelations, which is a very heavy blue and red map.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't realize that.
So I
Dude,
don't think that was
swear to God,
intentional, but it is.
It has to be so intentional what they do with colors in zombies, just because like they're constantly using the colors red and blue to mean different things. And in a lot of late game Jason Model's run through, it always meant the different types of 115, and they never touch upon that.
Yeah.
Like to the point where in D Machine, you turn on a blue light and a red light, and then it turns into a purple Ethereum.
Like that.
No one ever brings that up.
It is interesting how often we see blue and red themes in zombies. Now the giant. I'll keep mine short and sweet. This is the definitive zombies map. This is S tier. You guys
Giant,
can go ahead.
like the snore.
All right, you guys can go ahead and take it away. Nova, let's start with you. How do
It's-
you feel about the giant?
Go for it, Nov.
Extremely basic, but it is just a better Duriz. Like that's that's pretty much all I can say. It's just a better Duriz. It's visually better. The gameplay's better. The slight story that the era is better. Like it's just better Duriz.
But like,
That's not really much
would
to
I
say.
say S tier? No.
Where are you putting it?
I would put like the giant like a high C tier.
Really?
It is nothing special to me that I don't think I can get. Like, you know, what I can get from the giant, I can get from any BO1 map, if not done better in BO1. The only difference that BO3 has is the graphical fidelity and the art style, which is very strong. I'm not denying that. But in terms of its gameplay and what it provides, it is just a generic. What if a Black Ops 3 map had nothing on it? That's what the giant is, pretty much.
See,
I'd
that's
put
fair.
directly next to Duriz in B tier. No.
That's wild. I think this may be the only map I veto and put in S tier anyways.
Hey man, your list, all good, man.
Um,
But you're also a silly Billy.
understandable. However, that is the only map I will veto. I think the giant is peak zombies.
Here, describe it to us.
Okay,
Explain to us why
Big
it is.
Zombies is crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. Can we just like gang up on him and just like start beating him up?
All right, I can
I'll
speed
just,
run
you
my
know.
clarification.
Yeah,
It
I'll-
takes literally just the simplest form of zombies, and perfects it. Right? It is only about killing zombies and surviving, and that to me, at the heart of what zombies is just about survival and killing zombies. And of course, zombies has expanded that, which I think is for the better. But at the heart, the giant fits for me. Whether I have 3 hours to spare or I have 20 minutes to spare, the giant is one of the first maps I go to always.
I don't know. 3 hours on the giant. 3 hours if I'm like playing with like 4 people, and we're like camping on the catwalk and we're just shooting the shit. If I think of like just 3 solo hours of the giant and just like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna get to like round 40, but that's it.
That's fair.
Like, is that all I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna sit on the catwalk for 40 rounds or train with
Probably.
the off? I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but I just think of like, what does the map enrich me with in content? And then I think of the goddamn story, which is quite literally the most confusing that they've ever released purposely. It is a map that does not make any sense in their current narrative or their previous narrative. Like, it's supposed to be a paradox map. You have a 2-year time gap from Origins, and it's never actually explained what happens in this 2-year time gap. How any of the premise crew go from the ending of Origins to that experience right there.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
It makes no sense. You have Rick Toffin, who is a completely different character and is, in my opinion, completely assassinated right in front of my goddamn eyes from where he was in Origins.
Just like Trent in Total Drama, bro.
Dude, oh my god.
That's probably the best way to compare him. They just botch fucking Rick Toffin like they botched Trent, dude.
Because
So
have I
sad.
talked about this with you, Grav? What I think about what they did to Rick Toffin?
Yes, we talked about it.
Yes, and yeah, why he's compelling in the first place in Origins, and then why he's not later on.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh.
it is tragic.
brother.
So, however, that is the one map I will be vetoing. Darius and Drag, go for it. Stand if you want to start.
DE S tier map. It's just Origins but better. I think it just misses a few style points, but then you also remember that set in a Gothic castle, and then I shut up.
Fair.
Yeah.
Were you guys was able to hear that.
Take
Okay,
Direezy
yeah, I was
better.
watching
Here,
the
what?
stream.
Fuck,
I
bro,
heard
I'm
it a little
so
bit, yeah.
sorry.
I heard it through your headphones.
Bro, fuck. Thank you so much, Pimtic, for the $10. I'll take
Nice.
Direese better because OG World at War Weapons. Didn't even spell the name of the map right, retard, but thanks for the
OG
$10, man. OG Direese better.
OG Roller Weapons got me going like.
Honestly, dude, they're so bad, dude. Alright.
I mean, to me, they're not even bad. They're just so cookie cutter, like not
No
cookie
need-
cutter. Like they're just like okay. Well, I mean, like it's a weapon. Like I don't really
Yeah.
get the same like elicited emotion out of them.
See,
Only a handful of them are useful as well, like past
Mhm.
around like 20, right?
I mean, I don't know. You look at BO4s. BO4s has quite literally only 4 good weapons besides the Helion. So
I do like the World at War Pack-a-Punch camo. It's one of my favorites, though. However, I will say that World at War Pack-a-Punch camo, I hope returns one day as an earnable skin. I think if we were to fucking imagine, dude, we do the Terminus Easter egg and we're rewarded with the World at War Pack-a-Punch camo on the winter weapons. Oh, dude, that's so cool.
would you just like not on the spot?
Yes, I love the chrome texture that they had in that game, and they just haven't brought it back. So, World at War, thank you again for the $10, Pimtic. I really do appreciate it. However, you're wrong. So you say Horizon Drak is S tier. It does everything better than Origins. You like the setting a lot, even though it's just a medieval castle. Anything else? Any downsides that you feel hold it back a little bit, or does it? Is it just to you like one of the best examples?
It's one of the few
zombies
without
is?
a downside. Honestly, there are some, but I'm really blanking on them right now.
Okay.
What about the wonder weapons? What do you think?
I
of
love the
bows?
bows. I think the bows are amazing. I think that's super unique. I just wish that what's my thought here on this? I don't know.
Wood
I like
for
them.
this
They're
stuff.
cool.
So I'm gonna just hit you with a hypothetical question of if the bows were not on the map, what do you rate it? Does that change your rating?
Without the bows, I think it would drop a little bit. Definitely like a B tier or an A tier. But with the bows, I think the bows really do add a lot to it. A lot of very unique personality. Just because it's not just like a standard wonder weapon. A lot of zombies wonder weapons just become like when you make the something like the thunder gun, you've officially destroyed your own balance permanently. You can't go back from that. You look at a lot of the wonder weapons in BO1 are just thunder gun variants. You have the thunder gun, you then have in Ascension the thunder gun again, and then you have the baby maker, which you kick them, and it essentially is a mini thunder gun. You have to just do a little bit more work to get it to work. The wave gun is absolutely a thunder gun, and the scavenger is a delayed thunder gun. The bows are very similar, but I think they try and do different things with how you interact with the undead, even if at the end of the day they're almost the exact same thing. But you know, some of the effects suck way more than others. Fire bow sucks. Wolf bow is just a straight line. Void bow is good at getting extra zombies, but it really doesn't have as good a potential as people claim it does. Lightning bow is still really good. I think the balance of the bows is terrible. That's that I can give against it.
Too OP?
No, I think the lightning bow is too OP. I think the other 3 suck.
Fair. So S tier is where you put it. Nova, where do you put it?
Yes.
I've never played Horizon Draka, so.
Alright. Do you want to rate
Absolute
it?
fake fan.
Do you want to rate it based
No,
on what
yeah.
what your pre-play
What I've seen?
perception of it? Yeah, like how do you feel about it, the aesthetic?
Well, I mean, aesthetic is another great one. Aesthetic alone is A tier.
I mean,
the bows
they're on
do
a
look
gondola
cool.
up to a castle.
Exactly, dude. Like, not to mention, it's just like the mountains and like what Switzerland or some shit. Just looks
And
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, dude, yeah, I love the snow in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really much for me to say. I'll probably put like a, I don't know. I like it.
Alright,
That's
so I have some hot takes about Horizon Drak. I feel so my first few experiences on Horizon Drak, I did not play with the bows, and I was incredibly underwhelmed by the map as a whole. It just had nothing for me, really. It was just reused ideas. Arguably done better, but still just kind of reused ideas. It to me was pretty boring. Where I rate it now, having done everything, I think the Easter egg is okay. It does nothing super exceptional. Blowing up the moon is cool. Introducing the CGI cutscenes to not introducing them, because we had them in the intro of Shadows and the Giant, but I guess it was the introduction of ending cutscenes that were CGI. Because do you really count Shadows as like that? It was
Origins has
so
one.
short. Origins does have one, and Mob has an intro as well. So it's not really the introduction of any of that. But I guess coming off of I was not a fan of the art style for the intro cinematic. So it was kind of cool to see.
Oh, I love that comic style. That's so cool.
Maybe I've grown to dislike it after how much it was used in BO4.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get there. Overall, to me, Horizon Drac does nothing better than Origins, in my humble opinion. I will get shit for that. 100%. This is a C tier map, in my opinion. This map is just not that great. However, I see why people love it, and I think it's if I take away my kind of just dislike for the map overall, this is very clearly an A tier map, very high tier A tier map. I can see why most people would put it in S, but I with me putting it at C, I can kind of meet you in the higher A's. Now, would you put it? You would put it above Origins.
Yeah.
I feel like these are interchangeable, so
Fair.
kind of on the same par. Zetsubo was so much just missed potential, but the spider boss fight's cool.
I've heard people say Zetsubo's like an S tier map. It is nowhere close to
No.
an S tier map. I think the biggest thing is Zetsubo has a lot of really unique and interesting ideas, but I think this little thing that people can forget is called flow. It is how you tie everything together, and if you are constantly stopping, if you are starting, if you can't do in the middle of gameplay, if you need to halt what you're doing and try something else, if you need to wait for things, if you need to push rounds, if you need to go across a massive ass map and you need to do a bunch of different things that require different timing. Tetsubo is a map that has a lot of really unique ideas and it just completely falls apart under its own weight.
So, I agree with pretty much everything. I don't think this map does anything particularly super great outside of side Easter eggs. I think this map has some really cool side Easter eggs.
It's got some really cool side Easter
eggs. But that's it.
Very unique
that's kind of it.
I think the horror aspect is done really poorly too.
Yeah.
I think that the developers completely missed the point of what made their old horror work in the first place, and it was quite literally vulnerability.
Yeah, and this map kind of offers nothing that other maps don't offer. The Skull and Non-Stop is cool, but the fact that it's such a chore to get it, I'd say this Zetsubo.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You got to get if you could grab every skull and then do the trials without ever having to return to the podium until you get all the skulls.
Yeah,
that'd be fine.
But
you can't. You need to go back each time you do a ritual and get a new one.
100%, and that's what pisses me off.
It's little things like that just add up.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire experience.
So Zetsubo for me is a D tier map. Where would you put it? C tier? B tier?
Yeah, like low C tier, above like Knocked, but not above Town.
That's fair. That's fair. I actually agree with that. Above Knocked, but not above Town. I like Go Rod a lot. Nova, do you have an opinion on Go Rod?
I've played it a little bit.
Alright, go ahead, hit us with it.
So long ago now, but is it the correct me if I'm wrong, but when you go to Pack-a-Punch, you go to that little like house building thing.
Yep.
Just to get the dragon drop you. Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. I love it when the Pack-a-Punch is out of the map and you have to get dropped off there. I know that's probably something a lot of people could easily be like, oh, I don't like that because I like going to run to Pack-a-Punch whenever I load. But I think it's cool. It introduced Manglers. Yay, because now they're fucking everywhere.
Right. But at the time, they weren't overdone.
Yeah, if Manglers haven't been so overdone now, I think it'd be fine. The fucking flying robots, the Valkyries, I didn't have that much experience with, because again, I've only played like once or twice.
I hated
I didn't
those
make
things,
them too much. The Regama 3, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I think is cool. Like the black hole aspects. And yeah, I just kind of think the map's pretty good.
Alright.
Above average.
Where are you rating it?
Probably high B.
Alright. Stan?
Don't let Hooded in here if he shows up. brother will send Gorod to the lower than the Archon.
God damn, that's insane, dude. Alright, let's hear how you feel about Gorod.
I love Gorod Krovi. I think all of a sudden it's such a perfect clusterfuck of a map that I think it all just does it really well. I think the biggest like main theme is whenever Treyarch does their little double themes, and like you know, one of the most obvious is Origins. You have World War I with steampunk. That's the double theming right there. In Gorod, it does the coolest double theming next to Mauer or Toten, which is fantasy versus future, and that is so fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
That like you have these dragons fighting in a world where there are also robot men, robot attackers, and Valkyrie drones. I think that's super cool. Seeing those two themes match up and contrast each other.
Yeah, dragons, mech suits, robots.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I think it could have leaned into it a little bit more. The dragons, I think,
No,
were
I think it's
perfectly
perfect. I think if
implemented.
you take it another step further, you become Dead of the Night, where it has just where it tries to commit even more than it does, and then it misses then it just kind of falls flat.
So
Like if Dead of the Night had one more enemy, it would work. But like because like they want to do a monster mash, they wanted to do vampires, werewolves, zombies, mummies, and swamp men. They only get to do vampires, mummies, and zombies, or vampires, werewolves, and zombies. So they just missed their theming at the last second, where it's like if they had one more enemy, it would really linchpin it. But because they just did it halfway, if it was just werewolves or vampires, then you could go there and stop there. But it's both of them, so there's not a third enemy to bounce off of that.
So I'm gonna pitch an idea to you of kind of what I mean by this when I say they could have leaned a little bit more into it, where they have the dragons, who aren't really an enemy until the boss fight. They're more of an environmental hazard. Hypothetically, instead of having the Origins robot only be really a trap, what if there was a sense of him also being an environmental hazard as well? I feel like the inclusive, or to include more of the robot side of the robot V-Dragon battle going on there, you know?
I think there's way more robots than there are dragons. But go on.
There is, because you have the Manglers and the drones, right?
Yeah.
But I think to have one where, because the dragons could land everywhere, so they feel like they're living and breathing in the map so much. And you don't always see the drones; they're not there every round. Manglers become, it gets to a point where they are there every round. But I still feel like that almost fits more towards zombie than it does robot. And I feel like to have a section where maybe the robot's eyes go off in a section and it just starts laser beaming there. And it basically is equal to the dragon's fire breath. I feel like that would make it feel a little bit more alive than it does currently.
Let me say this. I think it kind of goes different ways though, where it's like I think they chose different things to make each enemy type. So it's like the dragons are an environmental hazard. You have every mechanical item on the map is meant to be the actual physical hazard. So you have enemies, you have traps, you have things that actually interact with you physically, which is all the future stuff. And then you have then also fantasy goes towards the weaponry. You have a dragonfire shield, you have the gauntlet, which is like a sci-fi fantasy mix. You have the helmets and the wings, and then you have on the other side you have future, which is like the Mark III. And I think it does a really good job mixing all those elements. I really like that a lot of the fantasy stuff is actually given to the player rather than being enemies, where it's like you're the fantasy fighting the future stuff.
Yeah. So where are you putting Gorod?
I'm putting Gorod in like lower A tier, high B tier.
That's
I love
cool,
Gorod
because
so much. I also think the Easter egg's really cool. I think the Easter egg is overhated because Hooded's fucking bad at it.
That's wild. I have not played with Hooded, but I'm sure he does suck at it. Now, my issue with Gorod and kind of Black Ops 3 as a whole starts kind of with Gorod in the sense of I've started to feel a lack of creativity when it came to wonder weapons. The amount of times I've seen a black hole at this point is redundant and boring.
Yes, I agree.
Because we had Apothecon Servant, Gersh devices, Gorod Krovi's Mark III, which is just another fucking Apothecon Servant, but worse. And then we see it again in Revelations. I got so tired of seeing this black hole bullshit that the regular Mark III to me is nothing but a disappointment.
Doesn't help it doesn't kill past Cap either.
Yeah, so that's probably the only downside to Gorod. I like the side Easter eggs, upgrading the Monkey Bomb, getting dubstep is pretty fucking cool. Getting the helmet and the wings to just fast travel, make it a lot easier, pretty cool.
Easter eggs are cool.
The boss fight's insane, the songs are cool, the cutscenes are great. Revelations.
I fucking love the intro.
Oh, the intro, yeah, the intro is fucking awesome. Now, Revelations, you
Yeah,
might have some
the
opinions on.
Revelations, big old poopy dookie, what a mixed map. It again has that really fun task of trying to end a storyline like BO3's, and it is worse off because of it.
So
actual map.
I really like the idea that they try and do with it, where it's like trying to bring all these different ideas and maps together, but it doesn't really do it very well. And I think it's really unique with how it tries to. I like that not every map is a repeat off of the original location. It's quite literally redesigning the area from scratch. Like Kino is completely different.
Yeah.
I like the wonder weapons. I like the Panzer. I like that the Panzer and the Margwa show up. I do like the mismatched enemies, even if they should all be like the Apothecon army. Like, what are spiders doing there on that map? Spiders make no sense.
Panzers, both are kind of just thrown in to be thrown.
I mean,
in.
it doesn't help the Panzer just randomly shows up. Like, you're just chilling, and then all of a sudden.
Does he only
they say,
spawn in the
"Opportune."
Apothicon?
No, he spawns in the map. He can switch out with the Mark 1 spawning around 12
Oh wow.
and 18 and whatnot.
So where are you putting Revelations?
I put Revelations like a middle C tier.
Really? All right.
I think it's a map that's a ton of fun, but it's just like it's really just like a map that's caught in a rock in a hard place. Good thing that you can find rocks on the map and shoot them. The Easter egg is garbage.
Easter eggs garbage. I agree. With if I'm not counting the awesome fact you get to actually hold and use.
Yo,
the summoning
boys, have a
key.
good night.
All right, peace out, boys. Appreciate you, Pookie. The summoning key I thought was really cool.
I think the summoning key is cool. I think it's just like
not used. A whole lot.
They just ran it. They just wanted to put it somewhere, and they're like, "Well, we have the uplink ball."
Yeah. All right. Nova, how you feel about Revelations?
I love it casually. I was carried through the Easter eggs, so I did like no steps. I think the boss fight is one of the worst boss fights ever made. That shit is so insanely boring. It was over.
Well,
or I could even like.
Okay, so basically, that's one of those boss fights where either you beat it in 3 seconds or you get completely fucked in the ass, and you are struggling left, right, and center trying to finish it up. Even if it's just at the end of the day, it's so easy.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound.
Shadow's
like a good
boss fight's the
fight
exact
either
same way. Yeah, it's not even. It's really not that fun to actually do.
Yeah, very boring boss fight. I like the helmets you can get. They do different things. Like the one gives you less damage from Magwas and all that. I think it was, and yeah, they're just all cool. I wish the map was a little bit bigger in some aspects, and all that.
Interesting.
Bigger. I think it's a massive map already.
I feel like a little bit bigger, like in certain parts, would be cool. Maybe just expanding like certain areas.
If you want to know what's interesting, it was supposed to be bigger.
I was.
It's missing an Ascension, a Moon section, a Shadow section.
Oh, Moon section would go so crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah. You were supposed to be able to launch the rocket and put the summoning key in it in Ascension.
That'd be so cool, dude.
Because I feel like had I played it when it came out, I would have been insanely disappointed because of how.
I really enjoyed it when it came out. I thought it was really cool. I liked how casual it was, and I liked the insanity of it all. That it always felt like there was just new things to try on it.
I do like how casual it is. That is one big thing I like about it. But I feel like if I had played that in at launch and all that, and I was a huge Zombies fan at the time, I would be kind of disappointed with it being so small. It's not like given it's a big map, but I would want it to be even bigger. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything.
Where you rating it?
A tier. I don't know where I'd put it in A tier. Probably like around buried.
Okay.
People take.
Wow, that's great. That's a massive ass fucking A tier right there with Rev up there.
So yeah, we have C and an A. Revelations, I think, falls flat story wise, but is one of the
God,
most.
I hate that story.
Yeah, falls flat story wise. Easter egg is kind of disappointing as well, especially because they could have done a lot of cool things with it.
So bad.
It is pretty bad.
It's so many steps that are just meant to be. How can we make this as difficult and as tedious as possible?
Yeah.
Like the first goddamn step is shooting the gravestones.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
That legit feels like a side Easter egg or something that would actually be like a custom map thing.
I think so. Excluding narrative, the hype for this map was unrivaled. It was so fucking cool. The Easter egg hunt was insane. I still think because of how overpowered you could get in this map, it is one of the most fun casual zombie killing experiences Zombies has to offer.
I agree. I definitely think they used a lot of Revelations as a template to build off their later stuff.
Like, I would say the fact you have the Thundergun, the Apothicon Servant, Arnie's, masks, and so much enemy variety to the point where it's questionable if it's a good or a bad thing. I absolutely love. I love the attention to detail in the round change music, the soundtracks that play based on where you're at. It's so fucking cool. I like the time trial weapons you get, which no one ever talks about, but I like them a lot in Revelations.
But the time trial weapons kind of poopy.
They are, but they're kind of fun. They're not good. Like, they're not viable, but they're kind of fun.
Yeah, like they're literally meant to get you to the next time trial weapon, which I think is so funny.
Yeah. I think the Easter egg holds this map back a lot, but it's also probably, in my opinion, the most fun casual zombies map on Black Ops 3, right next to the Giant. But I would say that I would probably rather play Revelations than the Giant. So I would put Revelations in A tier. you have it as C. I'm gonna meet you at B, probably below Mob of the Dead.
That's a
And
good
you
idea.
have-
Uh,
You have the giant in S still.
yeah. I do. I told
Spaceland's
you
an
I was
instant S tier.
Spaceland. I would probably put an A personally. I don't have a
Fair.
whole lot to say on it because I know Nova has no experience on these, so we can speedrun them again, right?
I have experience in
I-
zombies in
alright.
Spaceland, but
Oh wow.
I'll hear you
I
out.
love
on
the sheer
Spaceland.
creativity of Spaceland. I think it just works really well in giving every type of player what they want, while also providing a core experience for hardcore players.
Yeah, especially with the boss fight. That
It's-
boss fight's
it's
no
ju-
fucking
it's just-
joke.
Fuck that boss fight in co-op.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'll give it. It's a knock against it. Fuck. That's the reason I'm not putting an S anymore. Fuck that. Put it in A.
All right. A. How do you feel about this, Nova?
But
I love Spaceland.
it's such a fun map.
I think
Though. It's
Spaceland
just
would've been, like,
it's
the-
the only map in zombies history, in my opinion. I know people say like you should put X map on X game, it'll be fine. This is the only map where I feel like if you put it on another game, it'll be good. Like it'll be even better, just because like adding a shield or armor mechanics would really help it. Not having that in IW is such a detriment to the game.
Especially with the fucked ass zombie collision.
Yes, like it genuinely hurts every single map.
Yeah.
How bad the hit detection or how bad the hit speed is.
So you feel this is an A?
Yes.
A or S, kind of interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
Nova, how you feel?
I agree with A.
Okay, I feel this is a good, strong A. I would probably rather play over Shadows, but I would rather play Origins over Spaceland, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
Raven the Redwoods, I don't think does anything particularly super well.
I think it's just Spaceland too. I mean, like it's just Spaceland another location. I think it's just a bit of a downgrade. I literally think it goes like in a high B tier for me.
Yeah,
I think the biggest thing is it's not bad, unlike the other maps.
I'm gonna put this ahead of Transit, but still below Revelations, in my opinion. How do you feel about that?
That's fine.
Shaolin, I think, is a pretty weak map, to be honest. I can see this being C tier for me.
So fun fact, I think both Shaolin and Attack deserve twin placements next to each other.
Oh baby.
They're both perfectly rated maps in terms of like both having positives and this very different negatives, but they both balance each other out very well. Shaolin has impeccable art design, impeccable world building, impeccable actual scenery, and the wonder weapons are a ton of fun.
Yeah, that's so funny because I know Attack of the Radioactive thing has none of those things.
Has none of those things,
which is so funny.
I think the wonder weapons are really cool, but I think the gameplay is so oriented around you running around the map with the wonder weapons, the chi abilities, and the katana and the nunchucks, and it's you killing undead and zombies and ninja zombies, and that there's no issue. You are essentially invincible to around 34, and then you get to the ninja zombies, which completely ruin the map. The Easter egg is completely garbage, and then poopy.
Yeah, I completely
But like,
agree.
especially once like the high round experience is so bad on it.
Mhm.
It's not even funny.
Where are you putting it?
I'm putting them in like both C tier,
C
and
tier?
then I'll also rate Attack here while I'm at it too. Attack it or not C, sorry. Put it like lower C, high D.
I'm feeling D
Attack
for
actively
Shaolin,
is like it
personally.
looks terrible, but it has such a cool gameplay loop of you. It's transit done right, in my opinion, in terms of gameplay. You're actually rebuilding the town. You're actually taking items from it and scavenging things properly that are actually useful, unlike in transit where like the turret trap can just fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I think the Easter egg is just as terrible, but I think the gameplay overall is better refined throughout the entire map. I think just the graphics of it look terrible.
Yeah, I do think this is one of the first open zombie maps that felt like it wasn't so open to the point it looks boring, like, in my opinion, Liberty
Yeah.
Falls.
The open space is actually used to like help you corral stuff, and it's used like
Yeah.
in a way to corral you to certain areas. Although the map has like 15 billion doors, and it's very expensive to open without director's cut.
It is. I'm also perfectly happy with these being at D. So Beast from
Yeah,
Beyond,
I mean-
we've talked about. I do have a personal
in
guilty
F tier.
pleasure. However, I'm
Shut
very
the fuck up.
bro. Look. I'm aware of how bad this map is, but I do have fun
Mhm.
playing on it. But this is an F tier map. This is an F tier map that I could find enjoyment on, but that's it. I don't even know how to
I
get
have
Pack a
fun-
Punch on it, dude. But
I have fun
it's
jorking
so-
it, dude. I ain't putting that high up though.
Yeah, no, this is very bad. But I would still say it's better than the rest that are in F tier.
If I'm including Mephistopheles, it goes into D tier. I'm not including Mephistopheles. Put it in F.
Yeah, I'm not including him either. Final Reich, I'd say this is solid top of B tier map, right behind Mob.
Which map? Final Reich?
Final Reich.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Final Reich is just an amazing map.
Very fun. Very strong start. I expected so much more from World War II Zombies when this was the first map, and then it flopped. Nova, did you play it at all?
Yeah, not much though.
Okay.
In my opinion,
Roast
World
in
War II
house.
is just kind of mid.
This is in my opinion town done right.
I do fuck with Groston House.
It's such a fun minigame map.
Yeah. This is what a survival map should be. So, Nova, you said you did play Groston House? No.
Fun?
You did play Groston House or no?
Not Groston House, or at least if I did, I do not remember it.
Alright, so I'm fine with this being like a B or C tier map. What are you feeling, Stan? Guide me in the right direction here.
Yeah, I think it's a very high B tier map. It's not like super high B tier, but like
I'd say this is
put it above like, you know, around a little below Keen or Derice. I would not say it's better than Derice.
You're right. Okay.
Also, Die Rise all the way up there is fucking criminal. Also, so ever since NoJ followed me on Twitter, and then I get a response from someone saying with the beast mode icon saying, "You bear the mark. You are cursed."
It's fucking funny,
Yeah.
dude.
It is. All right, Darkest Shore. I really like Darkest Shore.
Wow.
Such a hardcore map. I love this map, but at the same time, I totally understand not liking it. It is an ugly ass map, especially if you're used to the more like saturated, unique colors.
Yeah, I'd
This
say
is ugly. I think the fog looks cool. I've never played it, but when I saw the trailer when the map originally came out, it had my
The
interest.
fog looks really cool. It's just that
I think the map.
the
looks like
monsters
it's
are really
only other
unique,
map.
but they do way too much damage.
Yeah, that's the only map in World War II Zombies I actually want to try at some point.
It's
Every
got
other
a
map I have no
hardcore
interest.
as hell Easter egg. It's super cool,
where
but it's so
Yeah.
difficult.
where are you putting this map?
I'm putting it like low B tier, high C tier. As much as I
Alright.
love it, it really isn't worth more than that.
Because I was thinking C tier as well, so I can meet you
Okay,
at
I'm
C
glad we
tier.
agree on that. Yeah.
I think it is a really fun zombies map. This argument for this map kind of applies to the rest of World War II Zombies, where the map is just it struggles from being too small.
Yes.
Um,
They're very small maps, which I think is like they do that because they'd rather make a small map that's just better designed than making a big map that isn't.
which I do understand, but it gets to a point, especially which we will get to next, because I love the Shadowed Throne, and I absolutely hate how small it is. This is like, dude, it's the size of fucking town almost. It's so
Yeah.
small. It's so fucking small.
Oh
dude.
shit! Wait, Shadow Throne or Darkest Shore?
Shadow Throne.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shadow Throne is probably like 2 towns, and that's
even when
it.
you include the Zeppelin, you can only go in the Zeppelin during the Easter egg.
Yeah.
If you could go back into the Zeppelin, I'd say like it, might be a little bit bigger, but it's so small.
And
It's like it's half the size of like the light world of Ancient Evil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is one of the smallest maps, and it sucks because I really do like it.
I
Unfortunately,
like the melee weapon variety that you
the-
can unlock.
yeah,
It's
melee
just the fact
weapon
that
is
they're
cool.
they're fucking bullshit as hell the way that they kick you in the balls every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I like the Hangman to get wonder weapons from other maps. That's cool too. Still probably realistically bottom of C tier for me.
I agree.
All right, cool. Glad we agree on that.
Tortured Path, like
F.
D tier, F tier.
F.
Fuck that.
I hate the Tortured Path. Very cool concept to have a different game mode. And
It's just executed so poorly.
it's so bad. Frozen Dawn, the one time I played it, we did the quest, and I did actually have a lot of fun fucking around with the wonder weapons, so that was cool. I like the environment a lot. Very
Frozen
small
Dawn.
map. I'd say bottom of C.
Dude, I'd say like upper D. What a nothing map.
Also fair.
If there was like a few steps past the Easter egg of you just building the wonder weapons and the boss fight wasn't complete fucking doo-doo water, I would feel better about it. Fuck that boss fight.
So we might have to
God
leave your
King-
opinion out of this next one. It's Voyage.
God King fans, fight me. Huh? What?
I
Huh?
said-
What's the next map? You should tell me.
Yeah,
What's
we
the next map, buddy?
might have to leave you out of it. It's Voyage. I don't have a lot of good things to say about this
Instant
map.
S tier. If I had to be completely serious, I think Voyage is it's a fun map, but it suffers from a lot of issues of conveyance. The map design is really bad. The fact that you have to use fast travel portals to actually get good at it, which I don't think is very smart if you want to get players into the casualness of it. The Kraken's a really fun shotgun wonder weapon, but I can see why people don't like it. It's very weak. The elemental versions of it are kind of wasted, and the Cerberus does a better job at it. The Easter egg is super fun, but very complicated, despite the thematics and like scale it's going for. The setting is hardly used, despite it being really unique. They do a really good job designing it and furnishing it, even though it does fucking nothing. The fact that the map still isn't very good, and the enemy variety gets way too crazy for its own good.
I would say this map is cluttered for a lot of no reason. Like, some areas are just way too cluttered and have so much unneeded debris, and it takes away a flow from a lot of, especially the middle section of where the 2 perks are on the separate floors. For me, Voyage is a C tier map, personally. Nova,
that sounds alright. C B tier map, yeah.
Nova, let's hear what you had to say about it.
I'd rather play Voyage over Ascension, but yeah, I do agree. Like the when Stad said the whole fast running system kind of defeats the purpose of the map. I agree with it, especially when you're trying to learn it. Because I'm still confused in that map, so I just fast travel everywhere, and that stops me from actually walking through the map multiple times and being like, oh, this is where that is, and all that.
Because they want you to use it as like a high tier thing, where it's like, because most people will be afraid of using it because they won't know where it goes. But for some people, that's the only option they have, is they have no idea where the fuck they're going, to start teleporting and try that instead. It's supposed to be for high tier player, where it's like, if you know where each one takes you, you can really close the farther areas of the map really easily. But like for like any casual player, it is so gosh darn confusing.
Yeah, I think the map could have gone for having like more ways up and down inside the actual ship.
I think the problem is that they really nail the first 4 rounds where it's just you walking in a straight line. I think that the problem is just when you have to, like, once the Sentinel artifact is opened, because they're so committed to making it fit like the Titanic, they open up too much to you, and they try and fill out the whole ship, which I can commend more than what they do in Carrier. But yeah, I'd say higher than Darkest Shore.
I would say what broke my heart about this was honestly the finale of the Easter egg. I had such high expectations for this ship. Actually, the fact that it's on the Titanic and they did not take advantage of the fucking setting in terms of it actually cracking and having a dynamic section. Like, my dream when I saw this map was having to parkour your way up as the ship was crashing, and you'd use the environment that you spent the whole time running around to then climb on top of to get to a high point where you were safe as the ship was sinking.
I think you just can't do that, though, because they were so committed to making it go back to normal at the end.
Yeah.
Like the end of that first COD 4 mission where you're running up to the back of the ship to escape and all that, and the end of Die Machine where you're running from the bottom area.
But it's going vertical and the ship's taking over and you're getting harder to run up it. I mean, just imagine, like, after the first phase of the eye starts breaking the ship apart.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, what breaks my heart with this map, and it was expectations I set by myself, but like they had the perfect real world setting and just did not fully take advantage of it, which really sucks.
They wrote on a whiteboard, they said zombies on the Titanic, and they just forgot to actually make a good reason why the Titanic should even be there. It should just be zombies on a cruise ship. But they kind of got so lost in the idea of making the Titanic that they forgot to actually incorporate what makes Titanic unique into the flow of zombies, which they don't do very well.
However, upon looking at some of these maps that we have in C tier, dude, I still think I would rather play Voyage than, say, Raven the Redwoods. So I feel like I have to put it in high B. I would rather play Voyage than Die Rise, Transit, and World at War Dries. So above Rave, but I would still probably rather play Revelations than Voyage.
I'm gonna kiss you on the lips just for doing that.
You're lucky I re-looked at the maps I have in B, because I was gonna go straight in C.
Who's better punch B in the draw? I'd rather play Die Rise over it.
That's such a perfect place for it. Thank you. I'm so happy now.
9, it's such a casual map, and for as much as I love casual maps,
still an S tier.
You think this is an S tier map?
I love 9 so much, dude. 9's my second favorite map next to Voyage.
The boss fight.
I think a big thing with BO4 maps, it's like, if you really like BO4 gameplay, you really like any of BO4's maps. If you despise BO4's gameplay, you're gonna despise it. If you're in the middle, you're gonna like some, you're not gonna like others. BO4's gameplay is the exact same on every single map. It's just different flavors of it.
That's fair. So I feel personally 9 is in A tier. The Wonder Weapon kind of fucking blows for me. I'm not.
That's the thing. It's the Wonder Weapon that blows, and the characters are the exact same on Voyage, so there's no growth.
Yeah, I just think it was those two maps launching together almost held back both of them.
It's kind of the issue that they had was 9 should have released like a month later, because they were because they really wanted to give players like a they wanted to make sure that players didn't have to play either map, so the characters are stagnant on both. But that severely hurts Scarlet's character growth, which by the time you get to finally Ancient Evil, because now that you've played both those maps, you can evolve her character.
Yeah.
She's so bitter on both. Like by 9, she should not be bitter. Voyage, it makes sense. 9, she has no reason to be like the way that she is.
I completely
Like especially
agree.
after the adventure that she went through with them on Voyage. Like she should be so much nicer to them.
Yeah.
Like the way she is on Ancient Evil. Like in Ancient Evil, she's so mellowed out. She took her like wee pen, and she's so much like more mellowed out in Ancient Evil.
Yeah, I think 9.
But on 9, nah, she's got to stick up her butt.
Both 9 and Voyage almost. We've mentioned the 4th DLC struggling with ending a story. 9 and Voyage struggled with starting a story.
With starting it, yeah.
Ancient
Ancient Evil finally figures out like its footing, and then at the last second, it's like there's nothing left to do because it's gone.
Yeah, Nova, where are you putting 9?
9, probably high B.
Really?
I think there's just more maps I'd rather play.
I agree. However, so let me compare real quick. I'd rather play Go Rod and Buried over 9, but I would rather play 9 over Mob of the Dead and the Final Reich. So I feel like it goes at the bottom of A tier, personally.
I agree. That's a nice placement. Yeah, I like that.
Blood of the Dead, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is going in F.
I'm not
F.
saying F. I think that's so
I think bottom
disingenuous
C,
how
high
much goes
D.
into it. Yeah, I think bottom like C. Yeah, high D. Yeah. not
Really?
F. I think it's like at the end of the day, part of Blood's biggest issue, 1, the egg, and then 2, I know for a lot of people, like if you care about the consistency between Blood and Mob, I totally get that. This can absolutely piss you the fuck off as a game. But if I ignore that and I put Blood in its own vacuum for a second, I think the biggest issue is just the map design. You just did not need the west side of the island.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do that, you need fast travels from west side to docks to Warden's house, and the Warden's house back to west side.
So real
I
quick,
think the lack of it needs voyage levels of fast travels, and it has 3, and one of them's the gondola.
Yeah. I do have to cut you off because Mark just showed up to the chat. Mark, we will be doing a Dead by Daylight tier list soon, which I will need you to join stream for.
Yeah, you can tag me out.
Well, whenever you gotta go, feel free to, because we do have the zombie character tier list, which we could speed run. If you wanted to be a part of that, if you don't, that's fine.
No, I'll be going to sleep after this. I gotta
Fair.
get up at some point. But I do want to do this. At least this is fun.
So I see where you're coming from with Blood of the Dead. The biggest oversight on Blood of the Dead for me is not being able to tell where the Pack-a-Punch is. Drives me nuts. It drives me
that
fucking insane.
Takes me off.
It is actually just the biggest oversight in game design I actually may have seen ever in my life.
On the same launch day, you have Voyage, which tells you exactly where it is based off symbols on a rock, and if you don't know where those are, you walk up to it and it says in plain text where it is.
Yeah, that actually brings this map down a lot for me.
I can understand that
because it inconveniences me, and the second I feel
not only
inconvenienced, it's just pure disrespect.
Not only that, it's like in each area that it's in too, they're all behind corners, they're all hidden in the top of areas. Like you can't scope where they are from anywhere on the map. You have to physically go to those locations, go behind the walls that they are, and then be like, is Pack-a-Punch here? No. Yeah. All right, well, fuck me. I guess I'll just Pack-a-Punch never.
Those Pack-a-Punches are in very dangerous places too, so you risk going there just for it to not be there.
Yeah.
And God forbid you catch it and you check one spot and then it rotates there after you leave.
So then you have to go back and double check it. I hate that happens.
So for me, the hard carry of Blood of the Dead is the story. I think this is one of the best stories in all of zombies. I love Blood of the Dead story. I also think some of the Easter egg there's a very cinematic Easter egg, and I like that. The fact that
I love that
I'm in a cell listening to, it's not even a cutscene. It's full gameplay. It's just animated gameplay. When I'm in a cutscene watching this dude, bro,
that's like chills, campaign levels of like.
Yes, the coolest fucking thing. This story was peak, bro. I loved it.
Crazy they never went back towards that sort of stuff,
right?
As well, with the,
actually, they did kind of. They kind of did with Cold War, in a sense.
They do. Cold War is just so crunched for time.
Yeah.
That you get Orlov's monologue, which is fully modeled in the game, which I think is really cool. I think Orlov just has the unenviable task of trying to compare it to what Brutus's monologue is, whereas Brutus has so much more oomph to him. Character, everything to him.
Yeah, and I think so Blood of the Dead for me it suffers a lot from BO4 systems in the sense of why would I ever get the Hell's Retriever when I have Wraithfire?
Not only that, Hell's Retriever fucking blows.
Right, but
I think high D.
Why? It just didn't used to be that.
Yeah,
way.
high D, low C. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think it's F tier. I really
No,
yeah.
I think that like even if you like if I were to play a game of Blood, like all I do is I go through the map, turn on power, get pack, and I'm done. It's like 2 things you have to do: build a shield and you're done, and then you can just play zombies after that. It's so simple in that sense.
That's
there's
fair.
there's just so much more going on. Team like I just don't think that like if the actual like playing the map was terrible, I would say F tier. That's Beast from Beyond tier. This is just it's a simple map at its core. There's just so much bloat going on around it that really ruins
Yeah.
it.
Not to mention, I feel like F tier is like the maps that just don't have a place in zombies. And I
Or
feel
like that
D
are
is
actually like
bad.
terrible. Yeah, D is
Yeah,
bad.
like they just do not belong in zombies. So, but like Blood does belong in zombies. It's just not great.
Yeah.
It's not good
That's
or
fair.
anything.
Classified for me.
I love classified.
I do too. So Nova, let's
Put that in like B+ tier.
It's probably my favorite BO4 map. I love it.
Yeah.
I might agree.
It
with
uses
you there.
BO4 systems very well just because of the very wide lanes. The music's super good. The style is super good. The added areas I think are just like really cutesy.
I
They
think
add
it's
a
the
lot
best
to a map
map
that didn't
to-
have a lot.
I think if you're getting someone into BO4 zombies, I would show them classified first. Like get
The
them
only
to play
issue is
that.
you need to get the Black Ops Pass to play classified.
Yeah.
Fuck the Black Ops Pass.
I say.
But I do own it. Thanks, thanks Gravity.
Yeah, I say classified's a solid bottom of A tier map personally.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to
Yeah.
go with that. Yeah, 100%.
All
I'm a big classified fan. So.
Dead of the Night. I have nothing.
Most overrated garbage
Thank
ever.
God.
You
because
don't like Dead of the Night?
I don't
Dog,
fuck with Dead of the
I
Night.
have
dude.
nothing
I
good to
don't-
say about this map. I
It's
like
the
the
I
only
werewolves and
chaos
that's it.
map I don't really care about.
I really enjoy it. I don't
Dead
like
of
the
the Night to
Swing
me-
Attack Punch. I think that fucking sucks. That is a
Mhm.
like it's so like convoluted and
Dude,
shit.
Dude, whenever I talk to people about like people say complicated zombies maps, and for some reason everyone in the community's fucking favorite underrated fanboy child is Dead of the Night. The antithesis to what like fucking half the casual fans of zombies dislike.
Yeah.
You know,
I think if the start was better and there was a certain Easter eggs and the boss fight was better, like some of the steps.
Yeah, the boss fight kind
heading-
of sucks. Yeah,
Running through
also,
the
the puzzles in the
electric
map are
thing.
so bad too. They're so annoying.
Yeah, running through the electrical grid thing and then heading the fucking giant dildo in the fucking garden room. That step sucked. We were on that for like an hour straight. We could not get over that. So that really put me
Yeah.
off in the Easter egg quite a bit. And the boss fight was really disappointing. Like the arena, super boring, and 2, the actual boss fight just being another wolf. Like it just
Yeah.
didn't.
He's a
yeah.
shadow werewolf.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, cool.
Dead of the Night for me
Yeah.
is an F tier map. I do not want to play.
I
Dead of
would
the Night
not
ever.
say that.
That
Whoa,
is-
whoa.
that's a horrible take. Yeah, no, I'd put it like
I know.
fucking probably high C.
Dude, is
Low B.
Matsuki in here? Like, what?
Hit it with the questionable takes.
All
baby.
right, here we are. You guys have gotten away with these crazy placements as I've been asleep. No more.
Okay.
I'm
Anyways.
here for the definitive
Anyways, yeah,
tier
for real.
list.
Hold on, Mark. All right, I understand you're not happy with Mom of the Dead being in B tier. That's as good as it's getting. We have to speed run
well,
the rest of these before we comment on them
Good.
again.
It's a good thing. We already know your dog shit opinion, so
Sure.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
keep it
yeah,
wherever
so
you
true.
want.
All right, well, I'm gonna
You
go to
having-
sleep. Then. I'm so tired.
No, we
I'm
can.
falling asleep in the goddamn chair.
All right, you don't got the rest in you. That's all right.
No, I do.
Voyage
I'm
of
actually
Despair
like,
being in
dying.
B tier, you're letting Stanley get in your head.
Hold
Voyage
on,
of Despair.
wait,
No.
wait, say that again, dude. Wait, Mark, say that again. What?
You can't let
Anyways, so
That's risky plays, bro. All right, before he boots you, Stan, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on, man.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Fucking Christ.
All right, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, don't tell me you banned that motherfucker again. You kicked.
Oh no, he's for sure banned. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you dragged him out,
Yeah.
right? You
Dead
didn't
of the
kick him
Night.
from the fucking server again.
Yeah,
Dead of the
dude,
Night
Dead
for
of the
me is
Night
F tier,
not
but
F tier.
I'm willing to hear you out on what you think it redeems.
I do not think it's F tier. I think the map layout itself is actually really fun. I think the spawn room area is cool.
Uh-huh.
I think the Wonder Weapon, given I haven't tried the second Wonder Weapon, the like hand crossbow thing. I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
The more secret one.
All it is
I have
is
no
a
idea about
crossbow
that.
that
The,
shoots one
um,
shot, kills. That's it.
Yeah, okay. The Alice's Folly or whatever you call it. All 3 different variants of it. Super fucking fun. I love it. The I love the silver bullets and all that. And that's a way to get ammo guaranteed and all that. There's some amazing training spots on the map. I don't really actually mind the vampire motherfuckers that much. They don't really bother me, honestly.
Fair.
The werewolves get kind of boring to me, honestly. The
I
start of
agree.
the map, I think, is the worst part. I think getting Pack a Punch fucking sucks.
Yeah,
It is
setup
a
on that map
drag.
is about an hour and a half process.
Yeah, I think the setup is a drag. But once you're set up, it's a fun map. I enjoy it. And all that. If it was just a way to skip over the fucking at the minimum part, like just at least the Pack a Punch, I'd be happy because I just hated doing that Pack a Punch solo, and then watching you guys try and do that together, I was like, that shit. I'm so glad I'm
Yeah.
not doing that anymore. Because I would play that map a lot more if it wasn't for that.
Oh, I do agree. So real quick, Sten, appreciate you stopping by a lot, homie. Means a lot. Hopefully Mark did not kick you from the fucking server again. So Dead of the Night for me, my biggest issue is the setup, and the setup is arguably one of the most important aspects to a map. That's why Shadows of Evil is not an S tier map, because the setup is redundant and very fucking repetitive and boring.
And you think that bestows it the F tier slot? I don't.
No, because that's not my only problem with it. The amount of enemy variety is disgusting. Why is there that many? You have Crimsons, you have the fucking regular vampires, you have werewolves, you have all of the elementals, and Blightfathers. What the fuck are they doing?
And Blightfathers in the map?
Yes, I'm pretty sure they do.
I don't think they do.
Even if they don't, that's still like fucking 7 enemies, dog.
Yeah, but the elementals and vampire motherfuckers, I don't know, but I didn't have any issue with them at all, really.
That's
No, unless you're
because we
training,
had the most OP
then they can
shit,
kind of
bro.
suck. Even I was playing it solo one night when I couldn't sleep. I didn't have that much of an issue with it. It didn't bother me. My least favorite part is the werewolf. I think the werewolf is kind of not that interesting to face, like fight and all that.
All right, where you putting this map?
Probably C tier. I'd say.
And I say
between
F.
Nuketown and 5.
We go Nuketown and 5, then I'll meet you at the bottom of C tier.
All right.
Ancient Evil, a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the setup for me isn't super exciting either. Very complex map.
I love it visually.
This is probably one of the best looking maps. However, it's one of those things where if you don't know what you're doing, you just cannot enjoy this map.
Yeah. The wonder weapons are cool.
I don't understand this. Why is so? Wait, I'm confused.
Go for it.
What is this ranking based off of?
How we feel about these maps, where they stand currently. Except for the Giant. I vetoed the Giant, and I'm the only one who agrees that it's an S tier map.
He's just
Because I'm like, how do you have the Giant in S tier, but you have Town in C tier? They're like the same thing.
I
said
vetoed
more
the Giant.
Revelations, and the Giant were pretty good, but the Revelations was better than the Giant, and then you kept the Giant where it is.
Yep.
Like, dude, this is the biggest glazer for the Giant I think I've ever seen.
100%. I will sit here and suck off the Giant. I love the Giant and staying in S tier. Don't care. Ancient Evil to me.
You have Moon in S tier? I don't even think Moon is that. That's crazy.
Moon's really fun.
Ancient Evil for me is probably a high B tier. I'd put it above Voyage. How do you feel
Moon
about
also
that?
might have one of my favorite settings of all time. Ancient Evil and B tier, yeah, I could be behind that. There's a lot I like about the map. I think all the wonder weapons are fun and everything. I like the staff that you can get that you can place down and it will electrify zombies that get close, like Shockman shit. I think that's really fucking cool. I really love that thing actually. What else? The layout of the map I actually don't like that much.
I don't either.
The layout is kind of annoying. It's like two giant sort of oval/circles.
Yeah, it's
I
very
just don't really
confusing.
fuck with and everything. And I kind of hate how separated the two sections of the map are. I'm not a big fan of it. But I also love the boss fight. Boss fight's really cool.
Boss fight is probably the best we've ever gotten in Zombies. Wonder weapons are super cool and fun. The wonder weapon quests are also super fun now that I know how to do them. Everything else though, there is some downsides to it, but that's why it's a B tier, not an S tier. Sandwich is talking real quick. I'm guessing we're both on BO4 now, or are we just finishing the BO4 section? We still got 2 more BO4 maps. I want to make a tier list. What's the list called? There's like 100 of those zombie tier lists. This is called COD Zombies Maps World at War to MW3 Non-Treyarch Inclusive Tier List Maker.
You could just drop the link in the general chat for everyone.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
All right.
So
Alpha Omega.
Alpha Omega, I have almost nothing good to say about. This is a D tier map.
It's grown on me a little bit recently. I would say it would be bottom of D tier, almost F tier, like a couple months ago. But since I played it a few times solo, and we did the Easter egg with Stan, it's definitely not as bad as I think it is. So I'd say like median, like midway through D tier. Actually, no, high D tier. I'd rather play it more than COD.
I agree. I was gonna say high
D.
D tier is where I'd put it.
Yeah.
Tighter Tone. This is a B map for sure. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
I really enjoy Tag. How about you?
I don't enjoy Tug as much as I think you do. I'll probably put it a little bit lower than midway through B.
Yeah.
I'll probably put it probably at least behind Di-Rise.
Really?
Between Di-Rise and Duriz, I think.
I would rather play Tag over. Fuck, this would be in fourth spot for me. I'd rather play Tag than Ancient Evil. So we meet in the exact center of ahead of Transit and Di-Rise, but behind Rave and Voyage and Ancient Evil.
Yep.
Die Machine. This is a really good.
Really that
I feel like this is a really good introductory map to Cold War, but it's also really boring now. However, with this map,
really small.
It is very small, and I think what Die Machine does well is it is a very, very good casual map.
Yeah, but that's also just kind of Cold War as a whole.
Right.
So.
With that being said, I see this being top of C tier. I would rather play it than the Darkest Shore.
No, I'm fine with that. I think the Wonder Weapon, the Shockwave, I don't really like. I think it's kind of disappointing. All the variants included, and all that. And the Easter egg is kind of just boring. I like the ending to an extent. I think it's cool that you're trying to escape the facility and everything.
Yeah.
That's like about it. It's just a very boring, basic map to me. I don't have much for Die Machine.
Firebase Z, hit me with it because I know you like it more than I do.
Firebase Z would probably be probably behind Kina. I think I enjoy Firebase Z.
B?
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane. This is probably behind Blood of the Dead for me for D tier. I'll meet you at the bottom of C.
You hate? Yeah, okay, I get it. You don't like Firebase Z that much. I don't mind it. I enjoy it.
Outbreak.
Outbreak. It's honestly, I don't like Outbreak. I really don't.
No. I'd say probably. I would probably rather play Outbreak than Alpha Omega though. So I could see top of D.
Yeah, top of D. I agree with that. Like Outbreak, if it had actual maps made for Outbreak, I think it would actually be really fun.
Yeah.
And maybe some more stuff to do. But as a whole, as it is in Cold War, it's really not that good.
No. Mauer, I would say is
you don't like my opinion.
Yeah, you're gonna put it in D.
Yeah.
Really? We're at in D.
I'd probably put it where you put fucking Firebase Z in, honestly. Not bottom, like, not in D. But yeah, I'd put it behind Firebase at least. I don't like Mara that much. I think it's extremely overrated. I think it's too dark. The people that say it looks good are just fucking wrong. And I'm right, so get fucked. I like the actual Easter egg steps aren't that enjoyable. The boss fight's kind of cool, but again, it's nothing exceptional. The Cerberus is probably okay. No, the Cerberus I think will put it over Firebase Z. I can get behind it because of Cerberus. Given I haven't used it, but I'm sure once I use it, it'll.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I don't think this map is no fucking A or B tier. I think this is top of C tier for me personally. It's better than Die Machine.
I'd put it okay. Do you want to settle for like maybe around town where that is? I
can settle
for 5. So I think I'd rather play over Newtown, but I think I'd rather play 5 honestly over Mauer.
That's fair. All right, why is this just bugging out? Forsaken. I love Forsaken. I am a Forsaken.
Forsaken is really fun.
This for me.
Hell Streets don't really work on it.
This is such a hot take. This is an A tier map. I love Forsaken.
A tier is
I said it was a hot take.
I think high B.
All right, I'd say probably better than the Final Reich, but
yeah.
Do I think honestly, I would rather play for? You would put it over Mob.
Yeah, Mob's good. I just think it's kind of outdated now. I think BO2 as a whole is kind of outdated.
I agree.
Zombies at least.
I cannot put it above Mob, and I also cannot put it above Revelations. Meaning,
Revelations needs to go up. Well,
Revelation needs to go up. Revelations is better than Mob.
Now the best one of them all.
Operation Deadbolt. Look, if I'm gonna take away the disappointing launch, I know for a fact if I came back to Modern Warfare Zombies in about a year, if not touching it, I could have a good time.
I think bottom C.
I think for as much shit as this gets, I can't say like very bottom of C, because I would probably rather play this over Nuketown. I could say like behind Mauer. I feel like this is a good spot. Like I would rather play this over Nuketown.
It does
Town
have a
and
lot
Zanzibar.
to it and all that. Like
You know?
it's a big map and mode.
That's
really,
what I'm saying, and especially if I was a noob, if I had a way to like reset progress, which I don't think I would, but if I could create like a new operator that had no progress and I could re-go through all the schematics, new players going into this game, now that all the content's out, will have a good time.
Yeah. I think you should drop it down a peg just a little bit, mainly because I think it is so limited with it being, I think, 24-player lobbies. So a year or two from now, it's going to be extremely hard to find lobbies. And I think that was just them being with just a bad idea. So I think it should go lower.
I would agree with that, but we're judging it based on today.
Yeah, and based on today, I already have issues with finding matches that aren't on 200 ping. So
that's fair.
I would lower it.
I
would lower it just behind like at least fucking
Nuketown.
Yeah, Nuketown. I think in the future it's gonna get worse, but yeah.
All right, so now we can speedrun Moon and the Giant at S tier. I could see me personally putting Origins in S tier. Origins to me
personally, I think Origin should go to back of A tier.
You're crazy.
Yeah. We won't change it. So chat, this is the final group conclusion of
Why is
Zombies
Voyage of
maps.
Despair in B tier? I need this described to me.
Because I think what Voyage does right is atmosphere. Like, there's a lot wrong with Voyage. There is. Enemy variety fucking sucks. But the Kraken is probably one of the coolest wonder weapons ever. The environment is really cool. I also think
Tog and Voyage would swap at least.
the Easter egg has a lot of cool aspects to it. I really like the underwater section when you're in the tree. I like the fact you're going between sections of the boat for this boss fight. The boss
I
fight
think
overall
it's
was
crazy. You have it above. You have it above Kino.
Okay, Kino is not that good at the map.
Kino. When was the last time?
Kino's pretty good though. Kino's better. I'd play Kino over Voyage 10
I would
times out of 10.
swap. I think I've swapped Tog and Voyage. I think that's where I'd put it.
You have Transit. No, never mind.
Transit
What
is
am I
a
saying?
fun-
Never mind.
Transit is a
Why
fun
is
map,
Transit
dude.
in B tier, bro? Why is Die Rise in B tier?
Because they're fun, dude. That one match we had last year where we just fucked
Bro,
around with each
no
other. That was a
way.
good time.
I would probably
Yeah,
move Die Rise down to C, but I see where you're coming from. With the fun, it's because Die Rise has so much potential.
Yeah, but if
to
you
be a
just you can
trolling
have
map.
fun on anything though.
That's
like,
not
with
true.
Friends.
No,
like, I'd put-
Die Rise is exclusively one of the few maps. I can't think of many other maps where you can truly fuck around with fuck over your friends like that on Die Rise. I could get
Bro.
my entire team killed just because I placed a trample steam in a stupid spot, and it's great. Like that's cool to me. I could agree with lowering Die Rise to be maybe just behind Kino. I could agree with that.
Transit's way
I think
too
Kino
high up.
Kino is better than Doriz. I give you that. Okay.
I'm no Kino lover. There's just some maps above Kino that's just crazy.
For me, I feel like we have a really solid A tier. I really do. I would probably put Origins in S tier, and I would probably move Horizon back.
You have Zombies in Spaceland over Shadows.
Yes.
Zombies in Spaceland is fun.
It is fun. I like Zombies. I'd still have Zombies in Spaceland in A, but I'd have Shadows. I think I have Shadows over Horizon Drac sometimes, but that's like
this was a culmination of mine, Nova's, and Sand's opinion, except for the Giant.
Yeah.
So pretty much we met in the middle of everyone's opinion. For me, Zombies in Spaceland is an A tier map. I would probably put Shadow. Do I put Shadows over it though? That's the thing, right? Is like if I'm sitting there thinking to myself, let's run a match of Zombies, I think I would have more fun casually on Zombies in Spaceland than I would Shadows. Shadows has the issue of one wonder weapon where only that person who gets it is really having fun. I also do not find the pack-a-punch process fun. I hate it. It's my least favorite pack-a-punch process ever. I think it's very tedious. I am not a fan, and it holds that map back a lot. I also don't think there's a lot of good training areas outside of the pack-a-punch room.
Honestly, I think I would. Yeah, I think. Again, I haven't played Horizon Rock. I think you could probably move that back a little bit.
For me personally, yeah.
No, Horizon Rock is just like Horizon Rock is just such a just a great design map. Everybody gets a cool wonder weapon. The map layout's good. The steps are good for the bow. They're not like once you figure it out, except for the fire bow.
Fuck it, I'm here. What's up,
think Buried
hey,
could be.
How you doing, man?
I think Buried and Classified could be swapped. I do love Buried, don't get me wrong, but it being on BO2 does hold it back a little bit.
Yeah. Any reason why Origins is an A tier? What do you think it should be in, Anthony? Because I would put it in S tier. The only reason it's an A tier is because Nova agreed on A tier and Stan said it was A tier. Stan said it aged poorly, but Stan also put Horizon Rock in S tier, and I put it at the end of A tier.
Well, yeah. Are we talking BO3 Origins or BO2 Origins? Because BO3 Origins did not age poorly. What is the saying? Is how did it age poorly?
We were mostly talking about BO2. I think me and Stan were, but Nova only played BO3. I'm pretty sure, right? Like you've only
I played BO2 and BO3. As a kid, I played BO2 mostly, but as on like more recent years, I've only really played BO3.
Because BO3 or BO Origins is a BO3 map on a on the BO2 engine, like.
Yeah. Well, I personally put both versions of Origins in S tier. For me personally, I love Origins. But I see where they're coming from. Mob of the Dead, I think, is probably one of the most overrated. I could argue Mob of the Dead is belongs in
that's crazy, dude.
Mob of the Dead belongs.
Mob of the Dead is carried by so much more than just the actual map. You have the crew gets that map up so much, just the atmosphere of the map, the Easter egg steps.
All three of them, where you go to the gate 3 times.
Exactly, and when you pick up the like, and you listen to the story, dude, that's so good.
It's cool, but it's like
Hell's Retriever alone is an A tier. The Blundergat, blowing their heads with the Blundergat.
I simply think
getting the pack-a-punch
is still
on
a better
repeat returns.
Yeah. Like for everything you list that's good about Mob of the Dead, I could probably name a downside.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do the same for you. Could do the same though for a lot of things.
I literally can't do that for Origins.
Again, I also think Mob of the Dead will just straight up play better on another game.
Well, yeah, but that's such a hard thing to say though, because
it is, but that's the harsh
it's not its fault that it's on an older game that came out that like in
but this is how they feel today.
This is
like,
that's the thing.
I mean, I guess, but
I think Mob of the Dead just feels better. Would feel better now on like a newer engine. While I feel Buried is pretty good on this current engine. I think obviously it could feel better on a newer engine, but I feel like it's pretty decent.
That doesn't make sense to me. What do you mean that? What do you mean Buried feels fine, but Mob of the Dead doesn't? Like what is it that doesn't feel right?
Mob is too big, in my opinion.
I don't know.
And the Afterlife system, I feel like would just work better more if it was on a newer engine and all that, more coherent and everything. And also the getting to Pack-a-Punch at the bridge would also probably just work better.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it'd work better. I mean, they would probably just take the feedback and make it to where you'd refueling. You'd only have to get like 1 can or something.
See, my opinion about it is that it's just boring. I don't feel like I have fun enough. Like the Blundergat, as cool as it is not powerful enough to make me feel like I'm having fun in the later rounds. Neither is the Hell's Retriever or Hell's Redeemer. Like I just don't feel like
Golden Spork.
Dog, that's not even one hit for forever. That drops off in the 30s.
So
like,
I don't know, dude.
Blood of the Dead has a solution to that. Blood of the Dead has a fucking Golden Spork that's high round until the hundreds. It one taps until the hundreds. So Blood of the Dead.
The steps are just and then
they're
there's
insane.
But then there's the everything that they did wrong with that.
Right. That's why Blood of the Dead is in D tier. But I just feel like Mob of the Dead has become one of the most boring maps, and it's such a badass map for like first time players. But my God, is it boring to go back? We've just had better maps since. That's why it's so boring. Like I would rather play almost any BO3 map over Mob. I would rather play almost personally like almost every zombies map to come out since over Mob.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Mob of the Dead is just not that good of a map, and it's glazed to all hell.
Because it is a good map. That's why
I
it's
don't know.
glazed.
Like Mob of the Dead doesn't belong in the same sentence as Origins. Not even close. Origins
Not
to
true.
me is S tier for sure. That's probably like I could have fun on Origins without getting the stabs. That's where I think Drak is below Origins, because if you don't have the bow on Drak, you're just not having a good time.
I feel like that's most BO3 maps if you don't have the Wonder Weapon.
I would agree, but it's also like I can't say that for Revelations. I feel like Revelations I have
Oh,
fun
I
with.
disagree. If I'm not having fun unless I have the. I don't have very much fun on Revelations really unless I have like. I have the
I like
art. I have the
BO4 and Cold War.
Ragnaroks, and I have at least one of them.
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
BO4 and Cold War were like the main games that made it so you didn't need a Wonder Weapon to have a great time on every map.
Yeah, but BO3 just had really fun weapons to use overall. Like the
Yeah.
weapon selection BO3 didn't make me feel like I absolutely need a Wonder Weapon. It's
Well,
just
that wasn't really weapon selection. That was more just the double pack-a-punch.
no, you don't even need double pack punch, dude. The Draken fucking one taps for forever, bro. And the Dingo and the Haymaker are just you don't need double pap in BO3. For high rounds you do, but not to have
Yeah, for
like,
high
not to be
rounds.
powerful, right? Like you're still set without AATs until like the 40s or 50s. Then you start.
I think
to need 'em.
Nuketown should be higher as well. I like Nuketown. I know it's not always consistent because sometimes you get dog shit RNG, but I think it's a fun map.
So the thing that held Nuketown back was it's fun with like 2 players, but the second you get 3 or 4, it starts to fall apart. You have 2 people who just train in the houses and 2 people that die over and over. So it's like they're just cooked. It's not a 4-person map. And I also think there's just every other map in front of Nuketown is better than Nuketown. So this is our overall zombies tier list. It's time to move on. We've spent 2 hours 40 minutes on this.
Holy fuck. dude.
All right, we could speed run. Now we have overall COD tier list. Let's put these classic games where they belong. Who the fuck
In
is
the
playing
bin.
Declassified?
Get in there, buddy.
Put COD Mobile and shit in there as well. There's like so many
Yeah, I've
things.
never
In
played
I
it.
think I use the same tier list. There's just like so much shit in here. Like
Yeah.
Same.
All right. Cool. So we're gonna speed run this. Modern Warfare 2019. We have a lot of tiers here. Let's get rid of some of these.
Do you wanna
Why is there
delete,
so
like,
many?
two of them?
let's get
Yeah.
let's go
delete the
just go
bottom
to
two.
get rid of E and just have F.
Yeah. A, B, C, D, F, S tier. Modern Warfare 2019. If we were talking launch, I'd probably put it in a solid A. Unfortunately, this game's aged like piss water. I
Go
would
C.
argue this is F tier for me.
F tier is
I think I have it in
abysmal.
C.
Yeah, I think C, low B once we get more games on the list.
All right, so that means I will meet you at the bottom of C tier when we get more games in there. Infinite Warfare, really good campaign, really good zombies. Actually, okay zombies, really good campaign. Dog shit multiplayer, unfortunately for me. This is
I would
a
say D.
My biased, I want F, but I'd go D.
We're settling for D. COD 4, also in today's day and age,
I'd go.
It's not that good.
D.
this,
Yeah, probably
game is
D.
D.
Yeah,
This game
probably
is
D.
probably
Yeah.
better than. No, I'd actually put it below Infinite Warfare. Modern Warfare 3, the original, I had fun. It had survival,
A to
had an
B.
alright campaign. I'd say B.
I would say A, but yeah, I could
Black
still
Ops
go high B.
2 needs no introduction.
S.
That's an S tier.
Yep.
Uh,
Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 are both being S tier.
Advanced
You might as well
Warfare
go-
is where we're gonna have some
B.
issues because Nova doesn't fuck with it. I also agree that it's a B. Nova, where are you putting it? So
What do you not like about Advanced Warfare Nova?
I think the campaign really just isn't that enjoyable.
That's
I think the mo-
insane, dude.
I think the
campaign is so
multiplayer-
good in
I think the
Advanced
multiplayer
Warfare.
is one of the worst multiplayers we've ever fucking gotten.
I didn't
and
really like the
zombies is
multiplayer,
not
but
that
dude, I
fun.
love the campaign, and I think the zombies has good aspects.
I don't like it at
So
all.
where are you
I would
putting
say I would at least settle for. I would think C.
we'll meet you at C then.
Yeah.
COD Ghost. I love Extinction. The campaign was ass. The multiplayer was fun
B.
for its time. Also raised as you said B.
No, I said D.
Oh,
Actually, wait, what
I would say C with
I'd say-
Extinction. Extinction's such a.
I think in
redeeming
between
quality.
Advanced Warfare and Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah, I just love Extinction. World War II, I'm incredibly biased. This is an S tier game for me, but
I have A. I put A. I wouldn't put S.
I
S
think
is
B.
too high.
I understand. You said D.
Because there's just
I think B. I
the
think it's the
multiplayer.
perfect mid-mod.
I like the multiplayer, but the campaign is really like generic,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah. Everything about that game
zombies
is
isn't that
generic
good.
and average.
So
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna meet
zombies
you
is
at
the worst part of the game.
We're gonna meet at the bottom of A whenever we get more in there. BO4.
Ooh.
We have
That's
some
crazy.
things about
F.
bottom. Well, you said B, and we both said A, so it'll be at the
What?
bottom.
No,
of A.
I'm. Oh, I thought you're. No. I'm talking
I think
about.
BO4 is
BO4,
high C,
F.
low B.
You put
Which
BO4
is
in
dog
F
shit game.
tier. That's
Yeah, fuck BO4.
What did you put it in, Nova?
I'd say high C, low B, but I'll probably go high C, honestly. I don't think Black Hat's good enough to hold it. I think Zombies is good enough to keep it in high C.
I would also say high C, but he's putting it in F. We gotta meet at low C. Black Ops S.
S, yeah.
How do you feel
Without a
about that,
doubt.
Nova? All right.
They're honestly interchangeable. Like, again, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1.
A. I'm above
them both.
like World War II for the next one.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer
Horrible
aged like
campaign.
piss, and the campaign is shit.
Zombies is overrated.
I can't say zombies.
Zombies
All right,
isn't
no, no, no,
overrated.
no.
See, this argument saying that zombies is overrated.
Okay, the
It
Zombies
is
fan
ridiculous.
and Zombies
Look,
BO3 are overrated.
BO3
They are some of the
zombies
most-
is overrated, but it's still the best zombies we've gotten. But the people who sit there and pretend like nothing else could be good except for Black Ops 3 zombies overrate this game to all hell. So yes,
Yeah, they
Black
do go
Ops
through
3
numbers,
is
yeah.
overrated. They act like Jason Blundell is our fucking god. He's the same.
No, the reason
Bro.
it's not. The reason is not because Jason Blundell or because nothing else can be better. It's just simply the community when the game came out as well. It was just
Sure.
like zombies was at its peak.
Right. But zombies is no longer at its peak, and we're looking at it now.
Yeah, exactly. The games and all the maps still hold up. I think.
Zetsubo does not hold up.
Well,
and I don't
Zetsubo,
think.
except for Zetsubo.
I
think
also.
B.
No, I'd go A.
I would go A.
Zombie Chronicles makes that. If it didn't have Zombie Chronicles, then yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd go A.
Modern Warfare 2 A.
I'll be right back. Feel free to
Yep.
rank this one without me.
Spec Ops is still replayable as shit. The campaign's still replayable as shit. And when you get into multiplayer matches, it's still really fun. I feel like that's an A.
Oh, and BO3 has if you have PC, it has custom zombies, pretty much like Infinite
Yeah, but I can't
content.
count that just because that's not a universal experience. And I would also argue, regardless of how much content there was, like Dead Ops 2 existed. Say what you want about Nightmares, it was there. And
Oh, Nightmare. Well,
Look-
Dead Ops was there. We don't talk about Nightmare.
look, as much as people shit on Nightmares, I think it's cool that they even tried it. I think it's probably the biggest piece of dog shit they've ever made. But it's cool that they tried it. Like it shows that they were all in on zombies from the start. And free run existed. I would say this game deserves a high A. Granted, like I said, Nightmares is dog shit. Dead Ops 2 I hardly played. And free run I thought was a lot of fun for what it was. Modern Warfare 2 just
Yeah.
holds up better. It just holds up better. Zombies is the only thing that Black Ops 3 has right now. But MW2 is still in A in all modes, where I can't say the same for BO3. World at War, unfortunately, has aged quite bad. The campaign's still fun, but wow.
What came out for is World at War? Before, what year was it?
World at War is 2008, right after COD 4.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what World at War was built on, bro. But like, I don't know. That game just doesn't.
I'd say C.
Like, I don't know why the gameplay isn't as nice as Modern
Yeah.
Warfare.
You're right, actually. I say Twinkle, now that you mention it. I say MW2 is S tier. I really do. I don't have any complaints with it. Cold War? Oh, Cold War I'm putting in
That's
high
B.
A.
I'd
I've-
go-
The
My
only
opinion
reason
personally.
I would be confused about your opinion is because you haven't played the campaign, and I think you would actually really
I
like
watched it.
Um,
That's why in mine I put it higher because I know it's got a good campaign.
Like the campaign's good. Multiplayer wasn't for me, but Nova loved it. A lot of people did like it.
I didn't like the multiplayer. I did play the multiplayer.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I feel like Cold War. I think it has good zombies and good multiplayer or good campaign. World War II, I think, has good multiplayer, probably the best we've seen in a long time. So therefore, I have to put Cold War above World War II because I like 2 as 2/3 of it compared to World War II's 1/3.
Yeah, but I think World War II's multiplayer carries more than
Cold War's.
I don't know. Cold War. I think Cold. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't
see
really
that.
like
I
it.
agree. Cold War's pretty interchangeable with low A, high B.
Well, because it's like
Does Vanguard need any discussion?
no.
Modern Warfare
I think
2.
I think the next 3 are all F.
I'm back.
I would
Modern
agree
Warfare
with
2
you.
down.
I'd say Modern Warfare 2 is D.
I'm talking about the original Modern Warfare 2. I'll take that down to just 1 at least.
Why?
I just don't think it's an S tier game.
Why?
Spec Ops is not as replayable as everyone makes it out to be.
Incorrect. No
The
way. You're saying
campaign-
Spec Ops. Of all the arguments you bring up,
Dude.
Spec Ops, bro.
Dude, Spec Ops is not as replayable as everyone makes it out to be. The campaign is better in MW3 in my opinion.
Oh.
And the multiplayer is also better in MW3 in my opinion.
Oh.
Wait,
I think
did you
MW3
say
is
the
just better than
MW3
MW2.
campaign is better than MW2?
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
stand by
bro.
MW3's campaign is more epic for an epic conclusion, but MW2's campaign hits different, bro.
I'll disagree.
MW3's campaign is the end game to MW2's Infinity War, bro.
All I'm saying is it should just be on top of A. I don't think it's S tier. Putting that next to fucking BO2 and BO1, crazy to me.
See,
I think you're just a little biased. I think you're just saying that because I don't know, dude. I think MW2 did a lot. I think it deserves to be where it's at.
So the reason I'm
Look at
Don't
like
get
this.
me wrong. I'm a Black Ops glazer. I'd rather play Black Ops over any of them. But
Look at it like this.
you gotta
BO1,
give MW2 its fucking.
BO1
its brownie
alone
points.
has zombies and like one of the best
Yeah,
campaigns
but
ever made.
that was the thing
and one of
where,
the best
like,
multiplayers ever made. And
It
there's
was-
3
Zombies is
modes
Treyarch's
that are
thing,
infinitely
and
more
like
playable
MW2 was still
and
there.
infinitely more fun
So
than MW2.
I
don't think
ask you
MW2 is a bad
question.
game. I just think it's not S tier.
When was the last time you actually played through the Spec Ops?
Spec Ops?
Yeah.
At least 5 years ago, if not more.
And you're saying it's not as replayable, which
Yeah.
I feel like.
The Spec Ops isn't my core pedal, stone of the argument.
Right. But
However,
but
I
it
think
is a big one.
BO1 Zombies.
Yeah.
I think BO1 Zombies is more replayable. I think the campaign for BO1 is better, and I think the multiplayer is better.
For sure.
I-
But
and the
why do
same
you
thing with
think
BO2.
Black
I
Ops
don't
1
think-
is above Modern
I
Warfare
think
2?
Black Ops.
Yeah,
I think
but I don't
MW2
think it's-
multiplayer is better than Black Ops.
I don't think MW2 belongs in.
I
A
don't
tier.
really.
mean, in
I'm
S tier.
honestly a Black Ops multiplayer hater besides the party mode.
I just think I think it should be dropped down just a peg, just A tier.
Just because, like, we're gonna have to meet at A. We're gonna have to. Or at the bottom of S.
It can be.
Because we have
I'll
2
set up with
S's
a-
and 1 A.
I'll set it for the top of like high A. I just don't think it's S.
I disagree
it's-
personally. But,
yeah,
but
I mean,
we're
yeah.
meeting
but
there.
I think it's I think that's a little too harsh because it just doesn't have zombies.
So here's my thing with Modern Warfare 3. As much as I absolutely fucking hate it, it can't go in F. Because it's better than Modern Warfare 2. Because it does
They
have
both should be
zombies.
enough.
Modern Warfare 2, I would say it does belong in F if it didn't have really fun raids. And raids, I think, are something I could see
Aren't
myself.
raids not even part of the actual game?
What do you mean? Yeah, they are.
And you have to. I think you had to pay something extra to play that.
No,
Because when I tried to play, I couldn't play that. Remember?
you had to own
Oh
the
no,
game.
no, because it was that DMZ game mode, but you could play DMZ for free, but you couldn't play the raids for free.
Right,
You had to
be-
buy the game.
Yeah, because raids were like glorified Spec Ops missions. Warzone 2, probably like
I-
C.
Honestly, I don't know the difference
I think
between
it's
any of the
the-
war zones besides the maps.
Well,
I
that's
think
the
it has
thing.
the
I
best
put
map.
all Warzone in like OG Warzone, I put it a little higher, but everything else I just put like, yeah, probably like C.
Well, I didn't play enough Warzone to have an opinion, so where are you guys putting it?
I put it
I'd say
near A. No, not A. I put it
I
in
think
B.
I think OG Warzone's map is kind of overrated, to be honest, and I think newer Warzone just has more like quality of life changes.
Yeah, but I've had more fun on normal War. That's like kind of like a thing with like PUBG. Like PUBG is dog shit now, but like I had so much fun when it came out, you know?
So
Yeah.
we rating it B? Is that what
Yeah,
you guys
I could probably put it behind MW3 at the very least.
Yeah, I'd probably put it behind MW3.
Now we have current day Warzone.
I have no opinion on that.
I'd put it probably above old Warzone. OG Warzone, so between MW3 and Warzone.
Okay, so this is our definitive COD tier list, chat. I would probably change up a few of these personally, but
Same.
I feel like this is like a pretty acceptable tier list regardless of what my personal opinions are. I feel like there's no denying Black Ops 1 and 2 are the best COD games. Maybe you could argue with Black Ops 1 versus MW2, but Black Ops 1 just has such a gnarly campaign. Black Ops 1's campaign only fault is that it doesn't have a badass final mission like Modern Warfare 2 does. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, now we're on to COD Zombies characters, which we will speedrun. Willard Wyler is a fucking god tier character. He's so funny. Diego, just don't care. He's gonna go in meh.
Yeah.
Samantha Maxis, I feel like child version, it was really cool antagonist. I actually really liked it.
Well, that's not the antagonist, Samantha. That's American Samantha, the one that gives you Easter egg steps on Origins.
I don't think there's different versions of childhood Samantha here, so I'm gonna go with evil version, which is pretty legendary to me. Who's this?
Yeah,
Oz. Oz is he's pretty great. I like Oz. This dude, trash. Elvira, trash. Primus Richtofen, I think, is a god tier character.
Yeah, god tier. He's gotta be.
Samantha Cross, quite trash. Poindexter's kind of great. I like Poindexter. Dude's retarded. Ash, I actually thought he's not great, but I would say he's good, but there's no good, so he's gonna go in meh. Michael Rooker is fucking great. Danny Trejo is legendary. Our boy Decker, fucking meh.
I go legendary, bro.
Legendary.
For Decker?
Yeah, isn't that John Bernthal?
Yeah, but like his character was just so shit in this.
Yeah, but it's John Bernthal, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Ultimus Takio was straight up trash. I don't even know who the fuck this is. Bro, this picture of Russman.
God tier. God tier.
Oh, Russman.
Russman is a god tier. Richard Nixon is god tier. Bitch from World War II is garbage. AJ from World War II is garbage. Or Infinite Warfare is garbage. Stuhlinger is
God
fucking...
tier.
Nah, he's legendary. Not god tier. Sarah Michelle Gellar's okay.
Dude, I don't know, dude. Wait, hold on now. We got it. Stuhlinger, dude, he carries all the dialogue in all the BO2 maps, bro.
And he carries the Easter eggs for a lot of them.
You're right. David Hasselhoff is pretty legendary. This dude's kind of fucking lame. This bitch is kind of lame. This girl sucks too. This guy's horrible. Nikolai is fucking legendary. He's a god tier. Marlton's also god tier. I love Marlton. I don't know who that is from Dead of the Night. Castro's pretty legendary. This bitch garbage. Scarlet's great. Drawson I also really like. Jessica, hey you. She goes in meh. Mob of the Dead characters are great, but I don't think they're much more than that. Misty's also like probably the weakest person in the group. They all go in great. JFK is legendary. Nikolai is the top of legendary. Dude's kind of garbage. That dude's garbage. That dude's garbage. This dude's meh. This guy, I really like Billy Handsome. He was great. This guy's meh. This guy's meh.
The trend.
This guy's meh. Tank Dempsey. Ultimus Dempsey. I loved him breaking the fourth wall. He was legendary. Robert England. He was legendary. This bitch is meh. I actually really like Primus Takio.
Oh yeah.
I'd say he's
Legendary.
pretty god tier. He's god tier for sure. This dude's fucking lame. Now Primus Dempsey, I love Primus Dempsey. He's my personal favorite zombies character. This bitch garbage. Ultimus, Richthofen is just as good as Primus Richthofen.
Yeah, he is, if not better sometimes.
Yeah, Weasel is also god tier. Nero, I kind of like Nero.
Nero is like the bottom of god tier or legendary to me. I like
Definitely not
He's
god tier.
legendary. Yeah, no.
I like Nero.
Nero's not someone who
got some good
crosses
quotes,
my mind.
dude.
Now these people define zombies for me in here, right here in god tier. Like I feel like the best depiction of like classic zombies was Nikolai talking about his ex-wives. It was that defines zombies to me. Right next to Dempsey's fourth wall breaking. I think Pee Wee Herman in Infinite Warfare Zombies was so stupid, and I loved it. The rest of these guys fit pretty well. They're pretty great. So that's 3 tier lists down. Now we have killer tier lists on Dead by Daylight, chat. We're finally switching games after 3 hours. Raids are technically part of Spec Ops. That is true. To be honest, I didn't play Warzone BR, just Plunder or DMZ. That's also fair, Anthony. I'm not a big Warzone guy. Now I want to buy a PS Vita. Don't do that, Twinkle. If McNamara is lower than S, alright. Fuck McNamara, bro. I did my list of the COD games. I plan on getting Roads to Victory, which I believe is the only COD game in PSP. God damn. Alright, so first, Mark, we're gonna rate this based on how killers are to go against. Like, what is their fun factor when playing against them, okay? Also, S
Yeah, how good they
tier,
are.
S plus is going up. S minus does not need to exist. Okay, so we have the artist. I straight up don't like the artist. I'd say it's
Yeah,
like
I'd
D
go
tier.
C.
I think it'd be.
He's not.
See?
Alright, we go C. I'd say D, you say B,
Let me
he says
think.
C.
I don't know.
we
Maybe,
go
I don't
C.
have too many problems with the
B,
artist
like-
when I face her, except when it's because there's just sometimes there's like some maps where I'm like, bro, I just feel helpless.
Okay. I think low B, high C.
She's
Alright,
definitely
we're
not the
going high
worst.
C. Yeah, she's not the worst. Blight can be fun. I feel like Blight's a very C level killer.
Blight's problem is that it's a meta killer, so like when you face a really good Blight, it's not
Yeah.
fun.
How do you feel about Blight, Nove?
Blight, I honestly haven't faced him enough. in my
Alright,
opinion.
Bubba.
B to A.
I'd go A or
I love
B.
Bubba.
I'm
Yeah.
going A. Hellraiser, I'm going. Oh God,
Hellraiser's
Yeah,
actually
got it.
gone up for me since last year because every time
See
we
the
faced Hellraiser recently, I very much enjoyed it. I actually like
C to B, I think.
when you have a team, he's fun. Because I think his
See,
power requires a lot of teamwork. And
it
I like
does, right? And the thing I have with Hellraiser is like, he's very counterable.
Now solo
when-
queue Hellraiser's F.
Oh yeah. So Hellraiser is one of those killers where there's a lot of payoff for knowing how to play against him with a good team, right? This guy's basically an M1 killer if you know how to run his shit. However, the second you don't go for that box and he gets his ability, it is the most unfun.
I'd put him
match
in
known to
B,
man.
whereas last year I would have put him in D.
Yeah, see, I'd probably go top of C. I can meet you at B. Clown is a D. I hate Clown.
I think Clown is probably one of the worst killers to go against. I think Clown killers are the most toxic players on DBD.
Yeah. No, how do you feel
Where
about
you know you
Clown?
got who are they? The
I'll say high D once we get more killers in D. I don't think Clown's the worst killer to face, but he's definitely, not fun.
Yeah.
Clown is like the equivalent to Claudetta in Survivor. Like they're just the most toxic players, you know.
I'd say Deathslinger, probably a healthy B.
Yeah.
I'd rather face a Deathlinger than a Cenobite.
Yeah. Demogorgon, I actually really like going against Demo.
Yeah, I go A.
Next to Bubba. Yeah.
Doctor, not a fan.
Yeah,
he's
I'm not a
the
fan
worst.
of Doctor.
I can't put him in
Rather
B.
right to B. Next to Cenobite to the right.
You would put him in B. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put him in mid C.
I don't know. I might rather play Artist than Doctor, honestly.
Yeah,
That's where like
I
I'm
would
thinking.
too.
I don't like Dredge.
Dredge.
His power goes off too much.
And it's so
It's not that his
annoying.
power is so powerful. His power is just annoying to me in the eyes. Like I don't like being in the darkness so
I
much.
agree. I think he's bottom of C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Now Pyramid Head, I don't mind, but
I think Pyramid. I don't face him that much, but I don't mind when I face him. I think his power is pretty fun to dodge. So.
My thing with Pyramid Head is I hate how long and wide his attack is when he like shoots the shit up through the floor. Dude, it's so hard to dodge it.
I think it's too wide, but yeah, I don't mind the length of it.
The length of it's pretty nuts, bro. But I'd still say he's like a B tier killer.
Yeah, probably, yeah, I'd go B.
I love Ghostface.
Ghostface, I love Ghostface, yeah.
Ghostface for me is
In
probably
between-
an A.
In between Bubba and Dimmer.
You'd put him in between.
I love, yeah.
Mark,
Yeah,
where
I'd
you
rather
put him?
play Ghostface than Bubba.
Chucky.
Chucky,
Chucky straight up killed this game for me.
At launch, I think
I'd
he's
put
actually
him
not so bad
above.
now.
I put him above Clown, but yeah, I don't really
I don't
like
think he's
going
so bad
against him
now.
that much.
Behind Dredge, I'd say.
I'll meet you at the top of D tier with that. Here we have the what's her name?
Is that Hag?
Hag.
Mhm.
I hardly even ever see Hag nowadays, but honestly, I don't mind fighting her. I would say like B tier. It's just kind of like one of those where I don't mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hillbilly. I love
S.
Hillbilly.
S plus.
I would say Hillbilly is probably one of the.
He's probably one of
most-
the best killers to go against.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
He's
Nova?
not played ever. I agree with it.
Yeah, no.
I haven't faced him enough, but that's because like, he just isn't played often. I don't know why.
Huntress, honestly, I really like
bored.
dodging Huntress's hatchets. I've done some gnarly dodges. I would put her in A. She's one of my favorite.
On
kills to
200
go against.
ping, it's pretty much impossible for me. So I had bias. I'd put her in high B, but
I also go B, honestly.
No, we meet at B.
he's also kind of
Um,
overplayed. So
Legion is still a
Legion,
D tier
like,
killer for me.
D. I don't like playing against Legion. I think he's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legion for me is like straight up. I'm clocked out of the match.
I
as
still have
soon
him
as I know
above
it's in.
Clown though. I'd rather play Legion than Clown.
Wesker for me is probably a low B tier. B tier.
overrated.
Yeah.
I'd go B.
In between Death Sling
I like
and
him-
Cenobite,
I'd put him above Hag, but
Yeah.
I think I'd rather face him over Cenobite. I think personally.
I guess. Nemesis, I also say is a B killer, but I would rather go against Nemesis than Wesker.
I disagree with
between Wesker
that.
and
I'd
Destiny then?
rather. I put Nemesis in C. His zombies
Really?
are so fucking annoying sometimes.
Now that you
Oh,
bring
true,
that
his
up,
zombies.
yup, I forgot about that. Holy shit, we have Resident Evil in chat. What's up? The slander, dude.
Who are we slandering? What killer are we wrong about?
Exactly.
This is from a survivor's POV.
This is fun to
You
play
can't-
against.
Agent, you cannot be. You have to agree that Cloud are the most toxic players in DBD alongside Claudettes on Survivor.
Dude, Freddy, after what we did to that man last match, bro, I
I feel bad. I'll never get over that.
I
We did
had
that
to
man
put
so
Freddy
dirty. We ruined
in-
that man. He probably uninstalled DBD after that.
Look, man, I think the funniest moments I've ever had with Killer have happened with Freddy and Myers. Like, Freddy players just seem so clueless at what the fuck they're doing. It's like they purposely put themselves at a disadvantage playing him, bro. I'd put him at S. I love facing a Freddy. Like, it's always a good game when I play against Freddy. Nova, where are you putting Freddy?
Honestly, I put him A.
You put him
I don't
A.
think he's that fun. Yeah, I don't think he's that fun. He's kind of boring.
Where do you put him, Mark?
Yeah, I'd probably go A because besides that one match we had with that Freddy, like, I'm indifferent playing towards him.
Nurse is
Nurse.
probably
Oh,
my
see, Nurse
favorite
is such a
killer to go against
polarized.
outside of
If you face a
Myers.
really good nurse, it's literally like just like go
Yeah.
to the next match, just kill me.
But I'm always happy to find out we're fighting a nurse. Nurse for me is S tier. Where you guys put nurse?
You say
Definitely
S
not
tier?
tier.
Yeah, nurse is
It's
one of my
way
favorite
too high.
players to go against.
I think that's yeah.
I'd say behind Bubba.
Yeah, I'd go there probably because I feel like
I'll meet you in the middle above Bubba.
Right.
Oni, I actually really don't like playing against Oni. I'd say he's a C tier.
I wouldn't go that low. I think behind Hag.
yeah, I think yeah, I'd go above. Yeah, I think I'd rather face Oni than Hag, but
Onryo. Oof. Don't have a lot of.
She used to be really
Onryo
boring.
are
I
also
haven't faced her
toxic, dude.
recently.
Onryo are so toxic, dude. They always just be.
Honestly, like, I'm never
And between
having to
Artist
face
and
an
Nemesis.
Onryo. Really that high? I'm thinking D tier.
How high did you say, Nova?
In between Artist and Nemesis.
Let's see.
I don't mind facing her. I just think that she's just kind of boring, and she used to be really well. They can be toxic, but again, that's not really a thing that pisses me off that much.
Dude, Resident Evil just said just wanted fun after work. Don't mention that, bro. I feel so bad. Onryo,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm indifferent. I'd go C, I guess. Yeah.
Pig, I don't care to go against Pig. Pig is a very C tier killer to me. Probably,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I agree with C.
probably behind Artist, but above
Yeah,
Doctor.
I agree. With that.
I hate playing this bitch. I don't even remember her
Yeah,
name.
D.
Plague?
The
D.
plague.
Behind
Yeah.
even fucking Clown. I hate that. I
Yeah,
hate the
I
plague.
hate the Plague, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
My-
that's it.
S
Yeah.
plus.
Honestly,
I have him above. I have him above.
Yeah, but
Hillbilly.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. Well, yeah.
Alright. We have Alien Dude, forget his
D.
name as well. I really don't like this guy either.
Yeah, I
I
have
feel
him
like
D.
he
I
has
don't-
such a long M1 lunge.
Mhm.
Spirit, I don't like Spirits either, but she's not the worst.
I don't think she's
prob-
D. I would say like in between Blight and actually above Doctor. I think.
I would say just below Doctor. Or are you saying
I'm not a big fan of facing Doctor. so-
sway my opinion?
I'd have her above Doctor. I think when you figure out her power, it's pretty cool sometimes. But
Knight is
Sup,
the
Ramazi?
easy.
We need Left 4 Dead 3.
D.
Well, you come to the right place, baby. I got 3 videos on that topic. You said the Knight is a D.
In between Legion and Clown, I think.
I also hate the Knight.
yeah, I don't like the Knight either.
I'd say Knight is.
I'd rather face Knight over the Plaguer. At least, yeah.
Yeah, Skull Merchant's also fucking D.
Yeah, I'm D.
Maybe at the
I'd say
top.
high D. I don't actually hate facing Skull Merchant. that
Trapper.
much.
I love Trapper,
A.
dude.
Easy A. Above Freddy, even. Move Freddy down a little bit. I think move Freddy behind Ghostface. I think I'd rather face a Ghostface than a Freddy.
Trickster
yeah.
is bottom D, bro. Trickster's one of
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
worst.
behind Plague. I hate Tricksters. And what's her
Okay,
face? Hillbilly
twins.
bitch?
See, the thing with twins, bro, there's some funny moments with that baby.
Hmm.
There's,
Dude,
I'd say,
Boss baby, bro.
dude, baby.
Oh.
Look, twins probably gets a B for me. Probably
Yeah,
gets like,
I like twins.
twins probably gets above Pyramid Head for me. Like that
Yeah,
baby's
something
so
like that.
fucking funny. The Unknown, I still don't even know how to counter this guy. I don't like him, but he's not the worst. He's in C.
Yeah.
Like I'd say above Onryo, but still probably behind the rest. The Wraith.
Okay, I think
I don't like facing the Wraith, honestly.
No, but it's
neither.
also not in D tier for me.
No, it's
I
like
think
I
C,
just
like-
when I face a Wraith, I'm just like, oh, like,
Yeah.
just get me to the next match. Like
I
it's
think
just
near
gonna be
the end
boring.
of C, like maybe in between Artist and the Pig. I don't think he's horrible to face. I think he's just
Yeah. All right. Now, Alien, I have always loved
I
Alien.
might-
Countering
yeah.
Alien's so fun. I think he's an A tier killer.
I think
Yeah.
in between Ghostface and Kruger.
I think he's above Demo for me.
Really.
Yeah.
I think
Actually,
I'd rather go
yeah.
against Demo than Alien, and
I-
that's for the sole reason I hate that his power is basically uncounterable. Because even if you get him out of his power,
You could go right back in it.
he goes right back into it immediately.
Yeah. All right, chat. How are we feeling about this Dead by Daylight killer tier list? Take a screenshot. Take your time to comment. We're moving on to the next
Publicly
one.
shame us for our corrected tier list.
All right, now we're doing Smash or Pass. All right, with Dead by Daylight survivors, I'm pretty sure this
Alright.
is all of them, but I might be wrong. So we have the
Yeah,
white chat. We smashing or passing.
Smashing.
I'm
I'm sure he is. I'm sure you could get like
He reminds me
if
a lot
you
of
took-
Marlton. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got married to him as well, I'm sure he would have like a really high paying job. So
yeah.
easy money.
Uh,
Meg pass.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
no,
her
actually,
face skin
incorrect.
pass or,
Incorrect.
her
I put a
skin-
bag on her face and put on the one skin. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh.
she getting smashed, bro. She getting smashed.
Claudette
Pass.
pass.
Pass. Yeah.
Pass. Jake, pass. He looks dirty.
Pass.
Not a fan of Nia's haircut. Pass.
Yeah. Pass.
Lori's smash. Easy.
Lori's a smash. All right, man. I'm
Yep.
gonna head out. Peace out, Anthony. Thanks for stopping by, man. I don't even remember
Pass.
this guy's name. Pass.
Ace.
Don't know.
Ace.
I don't know, dude.
Bill is a
Bill
smash.
Smash.
Above
Fangman
I don't
smash.
Mhm.
Smash.
David King pass.
Yeah.
This
Pass.
dude pass.
Quentin.
Yeah, Quentin passed. Detective Tab's kind of caked up. Smash.
Yeah.
Kate Denson, smash.
Or smash, yeah. That's what I'm keep saying that one.
Pass. Not a fan of the haircut.
Yeah.
This guy is too
Pass.
disgusting. Jeff,
Yeah,
needs to go.
pass.
Jane.
Smash.
Jane is at the top of Smash, bro. Ash, smash. Nancy, what
Smash.
they did to my girl.
Smash, yeah.
Did you see what they did to my girl? Steve, probably even
Top
more.
of Smash.
Smash.
Yui, I think her name is. She's pretty bussin'. Where did I dragged her somewhere? I don't
Into
know.
the void.
Basically, I don't know who this is.
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bitch from Silent Hill. Hold up, age check.
Pass.
How old is she?
I
Pass.
don't know.
We're playing it safe and passing. This
Okay.
dude, don't know who that is.
Felix.
Pass. This bitch also probably
Smash.
pass. Really?
I'm pretty sure she's caked up.
But that forehead's wild. That hair
Pass.
is a pass.
Pass.
Is smash. You're
Pass.
passing, bro? Oh.
I'm passing.
Mark, correct me on these two. What are we doing here? We gotta smash.
I pass. I
Alright,
don't know.
let's start with her. We
I pass
passing?
both.
Okay, I guess we have to pass. Now, Jill Valentine is a smash.
Oh,
smash.
smash for
Yeah.
sure.
Leon Kennedy is a smash.
Smash.
Witch
Yep.
bitch is a smash.
Smash.
This dude,
Pass.
pass. Nah, I don't know.
Pass.
This bitch kind of caked up, but I understand. Oh, don't even need to say.
Pass.
Smash, yeah.
Smash.
Smash. This dude,
Smash.
pass. Smash? Yeah, he's kind of fine. This bitch,
Smash. Smash. She's so caked up, dude.
Alright, smash. Gabriel's
Pass.
getting a pass. This dude's getting a pass.
Pass.
Nicolas
Smash.
Cage,
Top smash.
smash.
Near the top at least.
Smash.
Smash.
Oh. There's Our Lady, bro. Smash. These two, they're a package deal, but I'm pretty sure they're siblings, so I gotta pass.
Mm-hmm.
Laura,
Smash.
smash. This
Smash.
dude,
Near the
Pass.
top, bro.
this dude,
Pass.
I'm passing.
Mm,
You're
yeah.
outvoted. All right, now let's reconstruct this a little bit. We have Steve at the top, based. He's not moving. Next we have Sable. I feel like also not moving.
Yep.
Move to
I
wide.
put Laura. Right
I'd put
next to
Laura right next to Sable, and then I'd probably put her. I forgot her name, bro.
Ada.
Ada's right next to them.
Grab Jill. Move Jill up.
I
Sing
think I
down
put
Jane.
Jill above Ada.
Really? Oh man, see, let's move some here.
Not Jane. No, Jill.
Oh, Jill.
Yeah, move Jill.
I have Jill above
is
Ada.
Jill above Ada, and then Jane behind these two. Dude, Alan Wake is pretty. I think he goes above Jane.
Yeah, Alan Wake's like the closest we'll get to Keanu Reeves. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Where are we going from here?
To go under Lara, I'd move up. Just
Kate.
be, you know,
Kate.
Yeah.
I can see Kate going above Meg.
above Dwight.
Above
Come on.
Dwight. Dwight's
Yeah.
Marvelton though, bro. Like he's got that nerd riz, dude.
Yeah, but like
Then
yeah.
Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is probably right
you go up.
behind,
Yeah.
right behind her boy.
Move Talita up between Meg and
This
Dwight.
bitch.
Yeah. Between Meg and Dwight.
I need a
She's
second
caked.
opinion before I straight up just do that. Mark,
She
how we
is
feeling?
caked.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess, but Meg is
Like-
also caked up in this swimwear, bro.
Yeah, but fucking Talita is caked up in every single fit. And more. You don't need to put a bag over your head.
Yeah, but Nancy in this timeline needs a bag over her head. She's looking rough. Leon. Leon's going above Dwight. He's going.
Yeah.
Leon's going above Nicolas Cage, but not above Alan Wake. How are we feeling about this? This is almost equal.
Perfect. I mean the pass. I don't really care about the. Maybe move Hattie up.
I don't know who that is.
She's the one next to the guy in the yellow outfit.
Oh.
So she's top.
Maybe move her. I'll just move her to Smash.
Yeah,
I'll put her like
Smash. I'd probably put her above
in front of
Valve.
Victoria. Yeah. Okay, that works for me.
Alright, I feel like this is a healthy smash and or pass. So, chat, that's what we're going to settle with. The reason I have to end here is because I have been holding in a piss for 3 hours. So I'm struggling here. Thank you guys all for showing up. Here's the tier list. Take a picture. Smash or pass here. Killers to face against as a survivor here. Zombies characters here. All COD games here. And COD zombie maps here. It's not loading anymore. All right, boys. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Until next time, piss off, everybody.